shit up, motherfucker. Shit, but mine don't give a goddamn. That stupid bitch shouldn't have been engaged to that goddamn man for 10 goddamn years. The fuck she thought was gonna happen. Let that man be a man. Listen, let that man be a man. Fuck that bitch. Shit.
Wait, are you saying she deserved it because she was engaged for 10 years?
Are they married?
No.
All is fair in love and war.
What?
Okay.
No, that makes sense.
That do make sense. Hey, Corey.
Sense.
That does make sense. Corey. Listen, you just got back on, brother. Can I have my minute for 5 minutes?
Well, you got it, bro.
Thank you, man. That's why I love you, Corey. That's why I love you. We Daddy's finest.
B don't give a fuck about Nia Long. Does anybody else care about that?
No, but I have a question.
What's the question?
Last episode, you said you got the draws. Did she give you a second chance?
I got several.
Can't fumble it this time, B. Good job.
I did fumble the other time. That bitch was using coochie credit, but
that's all right.
Isha, see, I got game, Isha. I got game. You want to know my approach, Isha? Corey said it's plain. You want to know my approach? Say yes or no, girl. You want to know my approach? Shit.
Yeah. Different this time.
Tell us the approach, man.
The approach, see, I would teach y'all some game. Y'all gonna learn game tonight.
Like you your cologne on, B?
Yes, I had it on.
Okay.
Right here. But y'all listen, so I was at the pool, right? And then I said, what caught my attention, I thought she was Puerto Rican because she was real light skinned, so I thought the bitch was Puerto Rican. But anyway, so I said, wow, she's beautiful. I gotta get them little bit of draws. So the water that day was cold, so I was fixing on the temperature, trying to get it fixed and all that. I had to send another dude to another site, and I had to send up a ticket. Then I had to have a meeting with the supervisor and all those other people. So she said, "Is the water cold?" And I said, "Yeah. Once we hop in, then you can start swimming, and all this and all that." So she got in the pool, and then she was like, "Yeah, it's cold. You should hop in the pool with me." And I said, "Most certainly." So I changed because I swim every day to get my workout in. So I got in the pool. And then I said, "Do you know how to tread water?" And she said, "Yeah, I ain't drowned yet, right?" And I said, "Well, let me. This is the game. Y'all. I'm trying to teach y'all something." So I eased on up next to her, and I grabbed her, and I said, "Let me hold you for added support." See, that's game. That's game. So then after that, we started talking and blah blah blah, and then she gave me her number. She's like, "You should come over to my house." And I said, we're gonna meet. It's live recorded, so I gotta keep it PG because I'm a direct communicator. I said, well, what we're gonna do? We just get over to the house. You just come over your. So I went over there to the house and score the touchdown. See, that's game. See, you know how to tread water. Then you get up to it. You give us some added support. See, that's game.
Yeah, B, that's game, man. That's game.
He was big hype.
Thank you.
That's game. Yeah, you told that story before.
That's right. That's game.
That's why he had on that tux that day.
Yo, be the closer. That's your new name, man. Be the closer.
Yes, That's game.
We happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Listen, man, we here. We've been going for a minute. It feels like, but I feel like it was just 1 week though. Listen, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. This is our 50th episode. That's hard work and dedication, man. I appreciate everybody for sticking in there, man. Welcome, Master Corey, back to the show. What up, though?
Back. What's up? I miss y'all folks, man. I've been watching the show though. I've been watching the show on YouTube. I've been checking y'all out.
How you get permission to come on?
Nobody gives permission to do nothing, bro. I make the rules in my life, bro. I come and go as I please.
Yo, don't let him get you in trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him get you in trouble.
I can't get in trouble, man. I can't get my castle.
Word, I like it. Hey, Q, man, tell us about the hat and the shirt you got on.
You feel me? You see what the fuck going on? This my brand right here, Logic. You know what I'm saying? I drew this African face. One day I was looking for something else to draw because I don't know if y'all know that I'm an artist, and I saw Africa, and I could see this face in it. So I went with the vision that I had. Somebody saw it and said, "You should put that on a shirt." So 2 years later, here you go. You feel me?
Can we get it anywhere? Is it
yeah,
just, or can we order it?
Yeah, just right now, if they can hit me up on Facebook, comedian Q Turner, inbox me, DM, what have you. You know.
You
Yeah.
drop your cash out. I gotta donate something to you and Bub, so I'll cash out y'all something.
Bet.
That's what's up, B. That's good shit, man. And you got some draws, nigga. You moving up in the world, big boy.
Thank you, good brother. Hamp's my brother. I learned a lot from Hamp. Everyone needs a Hampton in their life.
This disclaimer: I did not teach him that game that he presented. He got scolded by Corey last time he seen him.
Yeah.
That's not game, but it's all right. He learned it. You know, we all got to start somewhere.
Thank you.
We all got to start somewhere. Practice make perfect too, so just keep shooting.
Yeah, that's it. Keep shooting.
Yeah, keep shooting.
Adrian, what's good, man? You look nice today. Where you come from? What's the occasion?
Big 50. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boys here for putting that work in. You know, so I say, let me go and get y'all this suede tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let me get y'all this suede tonight. Put me in the city, got the double light on. I'm gonna give y'all this suede, man.
Word. Yeah, we got Eddie in the back chat. This is what happened when niggas is late. They gotta wait.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
They got 10 is the max. Shan, what's good? How was Pilates or rowing? What is it you do?
It's Pilates, and I still got a Peloton ride after this. So
Word, me
it
too.
was good.
That's what's
Good.
up.
Everybody in there still out of shape. It's fine.
Indeed. I can dig it. Shan, Nay, what up though?
What's up?
What's up? Are hats your thing or you trying something new?
I love hats. Listen, it's from church. I always wear church hats, but just in my everyday life, I love hats. Any type of hat.
Fuck church. Isha, what up?
Whatever.
What's up?
Indeed, man. I like your hair.
You know, it's not a hat.
I thought it was a hat. I ain't gonna hold you. I learn something new every day. Speaking of hats, Mary, you got your lashes on today?
Yo, yes, I have my lashes on every day. They just be different styles.
Hey, you could, if you blink fast enough, you could levitate. Alex,
Hey, Amp.
what up? How you?
I'm good.
You got the brown chair?
Oh, of course.
Let me
Back
see.
here.
Let me see. Yeah, there it
Yeah.
go.
Not going
Put him in
anywhere.
the fucking bedroom.
Don't do that.
No doubt, man. We here. Oh, they showing love in the comments, man. Yeah, man. Take a village, man. We see, man. Like I said, we need likes, we need shares, we need subscribers, man. All three make a lot of sense. If you hit that like button, it shares the stream with everybody in your algorithm, your subscribers, the people that watch the same shit you watch. So that helps us expand. That's probably the most important thing on YouTube in terms of just expansion. You know what I mean? So once again, like, share, subscribe. This is the 50th episode. This might be risky. We here. All right. First topic. Let me share this video.
You know what really grinds my gears? When I see men who are always complaining about gold diggers and women trying to get after a man's money, it's like you're pursuing those women. Those are the women that you know that you like. You just cannot afford to maintain them like you can already see that they're being maintained. Her eyelashes extensions are on. Her nails are done. She got a nice bag, nice shoes. She drives a nice car. You know that you can't afford to keep up that lifestyle, but you want that kind of woman. You want her, but you don't want to do what it takes to get her. All you have to do is shop within your budget. It's like going into like Louis Vuitton and being like, look, these bags ain't no different than anybody else's bags. Why don't you just, this bag ain't really worth $2,000. You could sell it to me for $5 because really, it's not even made of real leather. It's this canvas tote. Like, come on, like you're not going to go in there and try to negotiate because the price is the price. The same way with women. The women that you're approaching, you know that they want a certain kind of lifestyle. If you can't afford that lifestyle, leave those women alone. There are so many women out here who will pay your bills. who will let you drive their car, who will, help you fulfill your dream, pay your way through school. There are a lot of misguided women who will do all that for you, but you don't want them. You want the ones who don't want to do that because you think it's cute to break that woman and make that woman change for you. That's the big flex for you. The big flex for you is to get the baddie who you don't have to do nothing for. But you know good and well don't work like that. Stop.
The fuck up.
So, first topic. Are the men that date opportunistic women, are they doing it to themselves? Men that date opportunistic women, are they doing it to themselves?
Yes.
As in like setting themselves up like for failure type.
I don't know, Mary. You go first.
I mean, I always believe like you date inside your caliber. Like you can't expect so much from somebody and not be able to provide a lot of what you're asking for. Like pretty much she was saying like if you don't got the money to upkeep where I'm at, then stay where you at. I can't blame her for that. That's like being with somebody that, will have their standards with education. Like, listen, I got a college degree, whoever I'm with, I expect them to at least have a high school diploma. That's just that because you're, at this caliber of life, you really have your expectations for that and nothing else. I feel like it's a standard. Everybody it's a basic standard for whoever fits that lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying don't shoot your shot because you never know where somebody is. And I'm going off of facts within who people really are, not what social media shows. Because a lot of times these social media people aren't who they portray to be. Like they don't really have these bags, these cars, these things or whatever. But in regards to like realistic views, like I really don't see nothing wrong with what she said.
Okay. Corey, you seem like you shook your head a little bit.
Well, yeah, I feel like, if a woman is already living that lifestyle, like, why do you need me to come in and help you live that lifestyle? I thought you was already living it. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep living it, right? Like, I don't get with women to help me live the lifestyle that I already currently live. I can do that on my own. Like, so I find it interesting when a woman's like, well, you need to like be able to provide this lifestyle for me. I thought you was already living it. Just keep providing it for yourself and we could just be a couple. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think she was saying as in she wants somebody to provide for it. She's just like, don't complain if I expect this.
If you expect it from yourself, I'm not gonna complain about what you expect from you.
But I'm saying for her to be able to have somebody that can keep up. Like she's expecting to have somebody that can keep up.
Keep up what?
Like, whatever her lifestyle is, whatever
your current lifestyle is. You buy expensive purses. When you meet me, you could keep buying expensive purses.
It's not so much of a materialistic thing. Those were items that she was using.
Whatever your lifestyle is.
More so like who she is and where she is and what she's, what she's presenting herself as.
I'm confused. Whatever you was doing before me, you could keep doing. All right. Why do I like? So that's not be a problem for me. The problem comes in when you expect for me to start doing whatever you claimed you was doing for you. Right. That's where the disconnect come in. If you was already living it, just keep living it.
Is that the same way for when a man, y'all all cook, clean, wash your ass by yourself right now, right? Okay, so you can keep
I don't
doing
cook by
that.
myself.
No, before you met your wife, you could feed yourself, couldn't you? Wash clothes, you make sure you good.
And I still do those things. Yeah.
But then you would be comparing everyday necessity to a monetary optional choice. I have to cook and clean to live. But to buy a Birkin bag and to buy cologne from Neiman Marcus and these cars and lands and all this bullshit that she wants, that's monetary when she expects for it to come at my expense. If we're married, we're together, somebody's got to cook and clean. That has to be done. So you're comparing two different things. You're going to make that.
Well, somebody has to cook and clean for themselves. So you can do that for yourself, continuing in like there should never be an expectation for me to do it. Because I'm never going to expect you to buy my bag. Like if you don't want to buy my bag, it's something that I like. It's something that I treat myself to. But do I need you to buy it? Hell no. Now I ain't gonna say I'm a loyal person, but I ain't gonna say if somebody come around and do provide them things, I might look a little to the left. But like,
and that's why we fucked up today in the black community.
We are. We
That's why
are.
we fucked up
Women
today
ain't
because
shit,
of that.
me.
I didn't say that. I just said that's why we fucked up today in the black community because of that. That you put more emphasis on a man that's willing to buy you things than his loyalty, his character.
Let's stop there.
That's the tone that you said.
Yeah. So
don't start something.
I don't need nobody buy me shit. Number
that's
one.
just what it's saying.
Okay. All right. Well. All right.
But are women naturally hypergamous?
I don't know what that word means.
He done brought out the SAT
I don't know what that word means.
Go ahead, Ham. You done brought out the
Did you tell the definition with that word?
Yeah. Hypergamous, like women are looking for the next step up through a man, right? So you remember that episode we had before where the lady left her husband that was the love of her life because she wanted a man that had more money. So she would be considered hypergamous.
All right.
Listen, if you marry for money, you're gonna spend the whole relationship earning it. Like that's the wrong reason to get married, to be with anybody, period. Point blank, end of story. It is nice to have someone who can provide for you. If you know, that's what women look for majority of the time. But nobody want to be with no bum. Shit. Y'all shouldn't want to be with no bum either. Like,
but who this is what I was saying. Who's to say he's not a bum just because he can't keep up with your lifestyle?
But don't start something that you can't continue to maintain, though, right?
What do we start? We start a relationship.
Hey, one at a time. They can't understand us if we talk at once. Go ahead, Alex.
So if we're speaking from a materialistic standpoint, right? Don't start paying for her hair, her nails, her feet, her bags, and everything like that. And that's just something that you can't continue to maintain, right? Like, don't start in the beginning. That's a regular thing. Oh, you about to get your hair and your nails done. Here you go. Here's this, is that. And you're doing it on a consistent basis. And then all of a sudden you can't do it anymore. So were you doing it to flex, right? Were you doing it to flex, to be like, oh, I can help you out with this. I can help you out with that. You should have been honest in the beginning. Don't offer things that you can't.
I also consider all of those things gifts. Like, no matter when you do them throughout the relationship, you're doing something nice for me that you chose to do. I don't think I'll ever put that as an expectation, but it's things I like. So if you wanted to do something nice for me, that's the pool of things I like for someone to do. Maybe send me to get my nails done, get my hair done, something like that. But like, I will always be appreciative from the standpoint of he didn't have to do this, but he did it because he knows it's something that I like. That's all.
I want to respond to Alex. She said, don't start something unless you can keep doing it. So unless I can get your nails and shit done every week, you don't ever want me to do it. Like, don't do it once unless I'm going to be able to do it all the time. Is that what you're saying?
Following up with once in a while, and I'm going to be appreciative of it. But I think yes, because the question is, are the men that date opportunistic women doing it to themselves? So don't set yourself up to be in that situation, because then the week that you don't choose to say, all right, I don't got it, she's looking at you like, what you mean you don't got it? You always pay for that.
And just
date. You think that's a mature way for women to go about handling things? I'm confused.
I think that a woman's reputation precedes her. So before you begin a relationship with this woman, you already know what her standards are. You already know she comes already maintained, and she requires you to do this, and that. If you can't do it, then don't touch it. Walk away. Let somebody else do it.
Date in your lane. Just
and
date.
That's what the video said. Date
in your tax bracket. Okay.
Amen.
Like I feel like just overall, like, she used the material things as, just basically examples. But overall, like, her message is in regards to staying in your lane. Like, just date people you could deal with, pretty much, like, on any level. Like, because me personally, I wouldn't want to be with somebody that's not educated. It's just a personal standard. Not saying, I don't dummy this and dummy that, calling people dummies. But, like, when it comes down to it, you're going to have your own expectation. Like, if you're doing things with your life and you got your own things, you telling me you're going to choose somebody that's living on the corner versus somebody that got their own stuff too?
So question, Nay. So are we saying this is for men or this is for everybody? Because a lot of women date up, right? They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but because they pretty, they'll be with a man that's well off. So are we saying this for women and men, or are we talking to men?
To me, it sounds like she's talking to. It sounds like she's talking to everybody. I mean, men tend to kind of date down. I don't think men will really date up. It's more so women are the ones that will date up. But at the same time,
monetarily date up, like
monetarily, yeah, because some women are looking at it as a come up. There are some, it doesn't seem like she's that type of woman. She's looking at like, I have my own and I do want you to come in, but I don't want to be taking care of me and you at some point. Some women think like that. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what I'm gathering. Now she's looking at, okay, I'm taking care of me and I'm going to take care of him. So I want to make sure that he's in the same level as me and he can handle me if I need to, I want him to.
So I'm hearing men, the level only matters for men, kind of like, should men not date women that expect these high value things if they can't afford it, but women who can't afford it and don't have it, it's okay for them.
Right.
Exactly. Well, y'all already said y'all don't want that type of stuff from us.
Who said that? Shit, I do.
Oh, you do now. Okay.
Yeah. If you can't afford to buy me the car that I drive in now, I can't date you. You know, I don't know, stupid shit. That's the logic y'all use. I mean,
yeah, that's the logic.
Don't ride in the BMW unless you can afford to buy me a new one.
And I might be different, but I've just never thought about it as there are women who think about it as a hardline expectation, like you need to be buying me all these purses, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. There are some people who do think like that. And if you date those type of women, then you setting yourself up. You know what you're paying for. You know what you're getting into. But there are also women who treat themselves well, who are well-versed in self-care, who have their own money, and who do certain things regardless of you there or not. And you just want to add to that and be a multiplier by coming into her life. Now, it might not be every day, but there are days that you splurge on your girl, that you make sure she had a nice day, buy her something that she likes. It's just, and
some women like that.
Yep. Yeah, I like that type of guy.
Yeah. Why do you think men who have money, or men in general, never make this statement? Why do you think this statement only comes from women?
What statement?
The statement she made, her whole speech. You've never heard a man give that speech ever. Why do you think that is?
The idea of gift giving.
Yeah.
Y'all's comes in a physical form.
You've never heard a man give that speech.
I went to work. I did all this for you, and I can't get no head when I get home. Like, y'all, all I ask for is head in the meal and da-da-da-da-da. And I know you tired and the housewife and got the kids, but shit, I'm paying for everything. Why don't you? Y'all's gifts are a little different.
Men aren't going to say that because men are providers by nature.
And men lead with money.
So a man is not going to say that.
But don't men
not
lead
all
with
men
money?
lead with money.
Like, don't men lead with money?
No.
Not all men lead with money. No.
The men are providers, correct?
They ain't got it.
Yeah.
Alex just said it. A man will use their money to flex.
Who? Not what
man? Men that
a lot of
have
men that will flex with their money. They gonna
no, there's not a lot of
shiny
men.
things, and the whole time they broke as a joke. Like,
and it's
only
not
3% of the population of men in America alone are making 6 figures plus.
Right.
So you're talking about an insanely small number. All I heard was a lot. Most of y'all, this and this, y'all using generalities, and most men don't do that. Like,
Okay,
will I treat my girl to something from time to time?
So flipping it from taking it away from, like, let's take money off the table, right? If you are with a woman and every day you come home and she makes you a hot meal, and then when she whatever is going on and she stops, you're gonna be like, what happened to my meal? You do this all the time. So then when she goes and gets an attitude, and then you'll be like, well, you always cooked it. Why aren't you doing it now? No different than when a man, and we're speaking about money for this, for the men, if you're paying for my this, that, and the third, and then all of a sudden you decide to stop, I'm going to be expecting what happened? Why did you stop?
That's
for
not
those
the same
particular
thing.
type of people.
That's such a unique
But I think-
enclave.
And I as a man would look at the situation. Well, why did she not cook on that day? It may have been something that
And
I
as
did.
a woman, I'm gonna look like, well, why didn't you pay for it today?
I don't feel obligated to
communication.
support no woman's lifestyle. I don't feel.
But it's not about supporting. It's not about supporting the lifestyle. What she's saying is that I think what us as the women were saying was that we are able to handle our business, do what we need to do. We were maintaining ourselves prior to you coming into the space, right? When you decided to come into the space, there are some men who say, okay, let me take this burden off of you. Let me do this. I feel like it is my job as a man to pay for X, Y, and Z, right? So then when whatever situation happens and he decides not to, or maybe he forgot, the woman's just like, you know, I'm about to get my nails done, right? You know, I'm about to do this. Are you sending me my money, right? So it's like, for those men, if that's not something that you can maintain, don't do that. Now, there are situations, myself included, like I maintain my own stuff. I don't look for my husband to do this. Now, when he chooses to go ahead and he's feeling generous and he wants to do this, great. Yes, I'm excited. I'm appreciative of that. And that's the same thing that Shani was saying. When it comes to the flip side of women, maybe it's not, we're not paying for things, but if you are expecting for your woman to, you know, cook and clean and do all these other things, what's the difference? One is money, and then one is my physical time.
All right, so let me say something.
I still can't believe y'all don't think men don't try to flex with money. Like I don't.
No, so hold on. Hold on. Let me say something.
Let me get in there.
Hold on. So the thing is, men will flex with money, but it's typically men who don't have it. Because like they were saying, the percentage of men who have it is so small. And the majority of men don't flex with money either. Y'all just don't pay them niggas no mind. So you're not noticing it. So the majority of men don't even fake the funk. But it is on men too. Like we do it to ourselves, because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, there are a percentage of women who are only about the bag. But you can tell that within the first conversation. So if you choose to go forward with them, that's on you. We do know the qualities that we typically look for in women. And so a lot of times we do pass up a quality woman because of the way that she looks. That's just how we are. That's just how we move. But since we are the ones who are control of relationships, decide if we're in a relationship or not, it has to be placed on us. Because a woman can't be in a relationship unless we ask them to, unless we commit to them. Now, when you think about the lady who was talking, she was talking about a specific like gold digger, to where money is the only thing that really matters. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I'm going to stay. You ladies down there are not like that. You bring other things to the table. So with us, with you being in a relationship, it'll be something totally different. So like B was saying, if you're not going to cook one night, it's not going to be a deal breaker for us, because there's so many other things that you also bring and add to the table. It's not just the money piece, if that makes sense.
And what was missing, just quickly, was the communication aspect. Like, you know what your partner's about. Like, if she don't feel like cooking, I'm not going to trip. Like, what you want for Popeyes? Let's get this popping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or let's get dressed up, babe. Let's go out to get something to eat. But I think what was bugging me was the generalities of it. It was just like, as A alluded, it's like, oh, man, most niggas are not. No. These are the guys that try to ignore, though, because it's much more interesting and entertaining to want the 6 foot plus guy with the bread and all this other stuff. Or, again, the majority of these cats be faking it. It's just like, to a motherfucker that's down to earth and actually really likes you, he's not going to do all that. He's going to present himself well, you know, he's going to holler at you, all of that good stuff. And whether or not you, you know, reciprocate, that's on you. But most niggas are not flexing like that.
Points that are unique to that perspective, though. The DMV has messed up our perspective on that. And secondly, like, I don't think any man on this call dates men. So just take it from us. Men lead with money. In like,
we got
like in one way or another. So the men, and there are differences in broke men who try and act like they have money, and those men who actually have money, where it's not even a flex or a conscious effort of what they're doing. It's just who they are. It comes out. You know what I mean? Like, they're not trying to lead with money, but they have money. So it shows up, you know?
I could say this, Shani, because they going to sit here and play stupid. If y'all don't lead with money, y'all lead with status. So cut the bullshit.
Why? When?
Wait, what is that? Hold on. Let me ask you. So
that's
what
not
is
even
it?
true.
So when I say
Neither one of them is true.
Yeah, but y'all
mentioning
titles. Good afternoon, good evening. Y'all
regular conversation. Hey, how you doing? Boom, exactly. We lead with regular conversation.
That's it. All day, like, every day.
We answer your question. So what do you do? I do this. We don't lead with it.
Ain't nobody leading with, I can buy you, I can get your nails done. Ain't nobody leading with that.
So y'all don't ever talk about your annual salary.
People talk about their salary.
Hold on. Hold on. Has anybody on this panel ever brought up their annual salary? Mad random.
Never.
No, they asked.
Not one of y'all. Okay.
No, they asked us. Oh, so what do you do? And then we'll tell you.
Right, but they're not asking about
my wife know my annual
But you just said
I'm not discussing that with nobody.
Let me land.
Ahead,
So you just said y'all don't mention y'all salary. They ask you what you do, but you don't mention your salary because those are two different things.
That question is wrapped within wanting to figure out your salary. Oh, what's your
not
LinkedIn?
necessarily.
Yes,
not necessarily. If y'all can say men don't lead with money and status, I could say women don't ask those questions to find out your pockets.
But y'all do though, particularly here in the DMV. Like that's the
again,
number one annoying.
It's gonna be a matter of opinion due to your own experiences. But I guarantee I could pull tapes to show at least every nigga on this panel, probably with the exception of Master Corey, who has led with status in some way, who has led with money in some way. And y'all know I'll pull them receipts.
You can't pull mine.
I'm a super.
I got yours.
Somebody on this panel mentioned how much they make. I remember.
Hold on, Q. Hold on. So Q. So this is my thing. I said we'll answer the question. So ladies on the bottom, how many times have you been on a date with a guy and you have not asked him what his profession is? Or does he volunteer it? Or do you ask?
Every single time.
But okay, but
I ask every single time because I need to make sure that you can do the things that I like to do, and you won't bring my status down. Like, if I don't need you to pay,
I don't ask the salary.
Ain't nobody finna be like, what is it that you do? Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, how much do you make? No.
They're telling you at the bottom. Hold on, Q. Aisha, when you go on dates, you don't ask, so what do you do?
I ask before I go on that date because
so nah.
I never ask the salary, but I will ask what you do so I can gauge whether you might.
That's my whole point. When the nigga with the hot suit has mentioned his salary without being asked. That's my whole point.
I've never seen.
Hold on. I challenge that too.
If she don't specifically ask him, you already know the average salary in her head.
But then if you're gonna say it, you're in your own way. Lead them with money and status.
Men different ways though.
Nah, come on.
Hold on here. One quick question for the ladies down below. Men be just volunteering their salary to y'all.
Never.
I make this. Be honest.
Say your salary.
Tell me what you do.
I'm gonna figure it out.
No. Hold on. I need y'all to answer my question. Not what I tell you what I do, you figure it out. We just be like, oh yeah, I make 120 or I make 150 or 40. We just volunteer that information.
Some men do.
Come on,
and they tell more than I had one guy just tell me he's about to buy a house. Oh, I just got approved for $500,000 house. Like they lead with stuff like that.
Come on.
So I'll give you perspective. The only people I've known that led with that, their come up was in adulthood, and they were like, ain't get no ass in high school, was whack as shit. They finally got a couple of degrees behind their name, put a suit on, and was like, yeah, so I did it, because they're still trying to sell themselves. They're insecure. You are correct. No one really leads with their salary.
Right.
I still ask the question.
I said again, lead with their money or their status. But in a way, yeah. If a nigga mentioned his salary,
they're regular government workers. Like what status?
So
everybody in DC work for the government. Ain't no status.
I do not.
So taking it back, right?
I'm a policy analyst for the Department of Transportation. That ain't no status. Like who's leading with status?
But like you gotta think about
if you're not leading with status, you're leading with your pockets.
But
in some way show. If you gotta take a picture or a video of you in a car, of you with a certain watch, of you with a certain type of anything, walking into any type of establishment, it all boils down to the same shit. Because who the fuck needs to know that? But somebody you trying to impress.
Niggas will use anything to get some ass. Okay.
Come on,
y'all say
I'm gonna sit here and play dumb.
Well, y'all be doing it.
Sir.
Think
So
back
listen.
to before y'all were making the money that y'all was making now. Y'all remember when y'all used to go out to the club, right? Ladies, when y'all used to go out to the club, and the guys who would go ahead and they'd be flexing, getting their section. All of y'all sharing one little bottle. And who are y'all doing that for? Y'all were doing it for the women. Y'all were
No,
flexing.
we was doing it so we had to be on a dance floor with other niggas.
No, y'all was doing it for the women.
Buying bottles to get the girls to come into
Right,
VIP
y'all over there
section.
sharing that one little
Other niggas.
Yeah, that was not a good example. But,
Horrible example.
That's another way that men flex. You don't have to have a lot of
That's
money.
not a flex. That's not a flex.
yeah,
Yes, it is.
that's like regular shit though.
That's lame shit.
And that's how regular niggas flex. If you think back to
Come
when
on,
you were
Alex.
going out to the club, right? And you and your niggas was like, yo, we about to put this together so that we can go ahead and we can get us a section. And the whole time y'all was in the section, y'all was over there trying to get bitches. Y'all wasn't dancing with each other. Y'all was over there trying to get women to come over to our
But
section.
we're not using the
Bring it
section
home,
as a
Alex.
flex. The
So what
section is so we don't have to be on the floor with other niggas. So
No,
we
but
got-
But y'all not gonna be a VIP with all y'all together.
I
Just
know, we don't
accept
have
it
to-
for what it
Y'all got
is.
your ice
Just
on,
accept it
y'all
for what it
hanging
is.
out,
We're trying to have
we
our
got
own party
fly,
within the
we
party.
got vibes,
Yo.
popping bottles.
Accept
One
it
at
for
a-
what it is.
Listen, one at a time. So, yeah, I think you guys misconstrue. So, if somebody actually has money, we literally standing there like we might as well get a bottle because we're gonna drink so much anyway. That's actually how it goes. It doesn't go like,
Really how it
oh, if
goes.
we get a bottle, we're gonna get more chicks. Like
Right.
that sounds so
So y'all don't
corny.
be trying to pull women over to y'all section?
Of course, that's why we at the club for
Okay
women.
then. Okay
But
then.
on the floor is the same difference.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes,
Y'all
it
must
is.
think.
Yeah.
See, this.
You
Yeah.
know
Y'all
what it
don't
is?
holler.
Y'all
Y'all don't
don't
go
tell
out
it.
of your way to speak.
Alex?
Y'all don't be on the hunt. We do. We're telling you what it
Yeah.
is.
This
But
is
it's
So that's
also a
your
part of the
version of
culture where
flexing. Y'all are out there trying to stunt.
no,
yo,
it's
we're
not
telling you what it is, and like y'all still not receiving it.
because
That's crazy.
it's almost
Because it's
cheaper to
bullshit.
get,
Eddie, that's the
it's
part.
cheaper.
They don't want to receive it.
It's
Right,
cheaper
right,
to get a
right.
bottle.
Thank
It's
you.
cheaper to get a bottle, but y'all don't be spending no money. So how would you fucking know?
No.
The
It's
shit
cheaper to
that.
get a
Women now be
bottle.
spending
Oh,
money.
hold on, hold on,
Hey,
hold on, hold
when
on,
they
hold
come
on,
take
hold
girls
on.
together.
Hold on.
I
Hamp,
gotta
come on.
say something.
Hamp.
I went out the other
Yeah.
night and I
What
watched a
happened?
whole table full of dudes, 3 chicks there. They was arguing over who gonna split $200. No, you got 300. You got 200.
Yeah, well,
Then
those
there's
the
another
places
table with
you
chicks,
be.
and all the chicks got up and just paid the
Those
bill
the
and walked
places
out.
you be. Nobody told you to go to
No.
TGI Fridays.
No, I was
and
not TGI
fucking-
Fridays, baby.
that
It
ain't
was
the
Fleming's.
club.
Thank you.
Women
Thank
spend
you.
money like drug dealers when we go out to brunch. Have you seen us? Like,
Okay, women, we do that. We do that.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, Hamp. I don't know what bubble you live in, but I've seen more niggas split a tab in fine dining establishments than I've seen women split a fucking tab.
Yo, you remember?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Q, we had this conversation.
That's
I'm
all
way
I'm gonna
more
say.
popular than you. I know more people than you.
That's
I'm
cool.
freaking cool. So
That's cool.
The bubble
That's cool.
thing, we not the same in the bubble thing.
Okay, so
right?
then
You know what I'm
again,
saying?
I don't know what large
But-
bubble where you're so popular.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
a
live and
big
you
ass
ain't never
bubble.
seen that.
Like,
That happens a lot.
but it's a big bubble. So
But that happens a
not
lot.
really a thing.
It really is a thing. It really is a thing. I
It's
can
not.
only imagine the shit you tell your wife when you come here early in the morning, bro. That's a thing. That is a
not a
thing. It's
thing.
more common. It is more common.
What fucking
than
chicken
not.
spot did y'all go to where niggas is
There ain't
arguing
no
over the
chicken
bill?
spot.
I'm
There
not
ain't no
going out with
chicken
you and
spot.
A, man. That's where niggas get shot at.
That's
There's places
more.
y'all go,
That is more
niggas get in
common
trouble,
in
man.
fine dining establishments for a group of men to split a
What's a
bill.
fine
than it is
dining
for
establishment,
women to
dude?
do that.
Let me
Name one.
And y'all be quick to talk about y'all don't
Q,
give a fuck
what
about
place
women's
was you in?
degrees,
Did
but
they
it's
have
their
French?
degrees that's helping them pay for these
Nah.
goddamn tabs. When
And you thinking
the
what is
bill
what
come,
is
they don't
fine
care who
dining
got
though?
it. Somebody got it.
What is fine dining? Did they have French
So-
fries in that motherfucker?
No, the same
What
chicks
group
that
of
we
men
just
go to a
asked
fine
about
dining
was
establishment
at the
together? That don't
table.
even happen.
That shit sounds
No.
stupid. They have French fries in
sounds
there.
crazy,
That ain't no
brother.
fine
Nah.
dining.
Yo, y'all really trying to play because
trying to
we
be
high.
funny.
When the
Nah,
last time
the
a group of men
people
got
know what it
together
is.
and went
I
to a
feel like
fine
that.
restaurant?
Y'all can play it up for the
They
show.
go.
The people know what it is because this
They
is real
think
life
they
shit.
bust
So I don't
up
have
now,
to say
so
no
they
more.
never
than
Not
that.
real. This is not real life.
At all.
niggas put money
They
go
don't-
to
y'all
fine
guys don't
dining
wanna
all
hear
the
it.
time.
With all that boys, a group of men go to
And we don't argue about
have a nice-
who's gonna split up a
nice
like a
200.
date.
Hold on. First of all, if you go to a fine dining restaurant,
Nick,
they're
all
not
right,
spending only
fuck fine
$200.
dining.
Niggas is
Fuck
not
fine
arguing
dining.
over
Fuck
a
fine dining.
$200 bill.
Fuck fine dining. I've been the only female playing golf with a group of men and seen a group of men split a bill at a clubhouse. More than I've seen women split a bill in any fucking place.
Y'all don't buy
So,
shit.
Y'all don't
Nah.
buy shit though.
Nah,
Not in
fuck that.
mass.
Fuck that.
Y'all don't buy
No.
nothing. What are you talking about? But
Yo,
Q,
the
I
virtue
wanted to
signal is crazy.
Q. I
Y'all
wanted
really
to.
playing it up though. That's cute.
We
No,
getting
but you-
we're getting off the subject. The subject was
Yeah.
men don't be leading
No,
with
we getting off up the subject because y'all capping. Y'all
But
trying to
Q-
make yourself see more than what it is. Like it's a lot more. If
No,
y'all the
you-
exceptions, say that, but it's a lot more niggas doing fuck shit than it is
There's
niggas
5
doing
niggas on
solid
this
shit.
channel.
But
This ain't
Q,
no
one of your-
exception. This normal.
Q, one of your points was valid, but I think it got lost. So when Q was saying niggas may not lead with their pockets, but they subconscious will, right? So if they taking pictures at certain places, certain watches, you make sure your shit shines. People can see that it's a, whatever the Rolex or Cartier, whatever the case is. Do men actually do that? I think that has some validity to it.
Men do. I don't know these things. Men do these
Go
things.
ahead, Eddie.
I just it just doesn't even sound right, and I'm just looking at the faces of the brothers on the panel. I'm just like, this shit doesn't add up. One, but two, if it is the case, then I have to question your choices, because now you're entertaining a collection of fuck niggas repeatedly and perpetually, and that says more to your energy than it does to patterns of behavior about us buying bottles and this and that and yada yada yada.
Yeah,
that's cap though, Eddie. That shit sound cute. You love to put your words together nicely. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's this, but it's the same thing. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing the sister was trying to articulate. Is you niggas do the same thing with women. If you get yourself in a position to where a woman is with you for, or a man rather, either way is with you for opportunity, and you actually get yourself in that situation, you're dating that person. That's a flaw on your part. Period. Because how did you get to that point? I know somebody mentioned education. You want somebody to also be educated. I would think in a conversation you would know that. I know a couple niggas right now that use big words can't spell. So automatically, it's just not going to work out. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you know, you fucking
how would you find that out at the bar?
You
when
put
they
yourself in that position to be with that person long term. Where the fuck is that shit really going? If you're saying one of my standards is education.
Hold on. First of all, Q, you're not even really qualified to speak on a lot of this.
I'm qualified to speak on a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm qualified to speak on a lot. You know who qualified me?
I'm gonna tell you why it's evident. Hold on. Let me go, because I just let you go.
I need a degree to be qualified,
right? Because you never agree. All of men can be on one page, but you will never agree. With me, I'll go back and forth. If something if all of y'all are on one accord, okay, I can see what you're talking about. You don't never see what we're talking about, but you're not really qualified even from that perspective because you don't fuck with me. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you don't. Hold on, I'm still not done. You interrupted me. Hold on. So, but I do want to say this. I do agree with what you said, because I noticed like niggas be on Instagram taking all of these pictures and using niggas is worse than women nowadays with the flex. So I agree with you with that in terms of niggas got to be in cars and posting this and trying to be pretty and shit and batting their eyes. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Where do these niggas come from? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you with that. And for me, if I'm honest, you know, back when I was single, just having that title of therapist, it felt, because I knew the question was coming, so I couldn't wait to, I'm a therapist. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait to answer it. So I agree with you but you see how I can acknowledge when you right? We don't.
So that shit sound like bullshit, and I gotta call it because you just sat here and just gave this intellectual rant about how I'm not qualified to say stuff. I don't agree with niggas because I don't fuck with niggas. Then went hard on how.
The thing is, how you gonna tell us what worked for us when we sitting here telling you? This is where you do qualify because you still a woman. Y'all don't listen. We can legit tell y'all what
your whole point is that I don't entertain. Your whole point is that I don't entertain group think. You need somebody to agree with you. Hold on. That's a part of your ego, my nigga.
Go ahead.
You need somebody to agree with you. I don't need nobody to agree with me. I've been on this panel several times and had not one person agree with me. Nobody in the fucking comment section agree with me. You think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck.
I never
you need somebody to agree with you.
What I'm saying is you don't listen.
But that's cool. That's cool.
We all will sit here. Hamp just simply said, "Yo,
but you're bothered by people not agreeing."
No, it's not agreeing. What I'm telling you is this. I'm saying you don't listen. Hamp sat right here and said, "I'm gonna give you a simple point. If we go and get a bottle, it's actually cheaper, and then we could drink. We don't got to keep going there getting rounds. It's actually cheaper." No, that's cap. We all just told you the same thing.
Because that's generally not the concept behind getting a bottle with a bunch of niggas.
Everything about us already. How do you have just this insight and the wisdom and how we think and what means to us, what it means
the
to us?
The same way you niggas got it for women. What are you talking about?
You said what?
We don't speak on behalf of women.
We don't speak on behalf of y'all.
We'll talk about y'all asses, but we ain't gonna speak on behalf of y'all.
Y'all don't speak on behalf of women.
You can't do that.
No.
Y'all, boy, these niggas today. All right, so because y'all act like there's not pre-recorded episodes. Are y'all serious right now?
I'm dead.
It's all anecdotal, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't gotta fucking agree with nobody on this panel. You could think I could see clearly, Adrian, that women who are non-agreeable are a trigger for you. So that's cool. Like I said, and I'm gonna just stick with that point. It is what it is. You just came hard. You just went hard and said, that's not true. This, that, and the third. We don't do that. We don't flex. We don't this. And then come back and be like, but I agree with your point and see your point. And we do
I'll ask you this
on Instagram. And I did this when I was younger. So
agree?
Which one is it?
So if you
how can the men collectively agree and you completely ignore us though?
Because he should have stood on his motherfucking square. How you going so hard in the beginning? Say, look, but let me land.
First of all,
because y'all say women don't let
y'all. I was
talk over y'all. Y'all talking
over
me. What that mean?
I was talking about different things. When y'all talk, because think about what we initially started with. I didn't agree with you with men lead with money. We don't lead with money. And then what I said was when they asked the question, I can't wait to tell them. I used to not be able to wait to tell them my profession because I knew what came with it. That's not me leading with it. That's me answering your question. Then all the women at the bottom said, yeah, this is a question that we asked. So that's not leading. I never said we lead with it. Then where I agreed with, see, that's the listening piece that you don't do. You pick and choose what you want to hear. That's when I get frustrated. It has nothing to do with what you say or you being combative. It's you not listening. You so stuck on this point, so everything I say go out the window. I never said that. Hold on. Then I never said we have to agree with you. What I said was you don't listen. We will all of the men said the same thing, and you said that's cap. When we're telling you what it is, that's just like me saying, hey, this right here hurts my feelings. You're lying. That doesn't hurt your feelings.
You could be lying though, and that's the reality.
God damn, son.
Right or wrong?
I wasn't even going to drink today, man. Let me pour something.
You could be lying.
I didn't hear what you said.
Pathological liars don't exist. People with psychological issues don't exist. You could be lying about having feelings.
I'm done.
You just being combative to be combative.
I'm just keeping it above.
Bring us back to the combo.
Yo,
bring us back to the combo.
The nature of being combative. You don't have to.
We're gonna get a final thought on this topic. Master Corey.
Shit, I didn't forget what the topic was. They didn't switch it up. What we talking? I didn't know. Look, my final thoughts is this: most men, the majority of men, don't lead with their money. The woman who's talking about if you should be able to provide my lifestyle for me, she out of line. If you live a lifestyle, you continue to provide it for yourself. That goes for men and women. You know what I'm saying? Whatever lifestyle you want to live, make sure you can provide it for yourself. That's my final thoughts.
Word. Like, shit, it's just interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Why do you laugh? Why did the two in the middle laughing?
Because I ruffle this nigga's feathers. That's just hilarious.
I love
yo, man. This shit getting hot, man. Hey, shout out to Salva. She been supporting the show since day one, too.
What up, Salva? Shout out to Salva. Salva got one of my shirts, too. Shout out to her.
You gotta make them in bulk so we can all wear one.
Yeah.
No, fuck it then. Hey, listen, man, hit the like button for us, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. All right, let me share this clip. We'll move on to the next topic. Give me 1 second. This one right here.
I just need to reserve time for B because this is about to be a whole situation.
If you sleep with me on the first date, it's not because we don't respect ourselves. It's because you're not boyfriend material.
Oh no, that would totally suck. Men would hate to get laid the first night and then never have to hear from you again. Boo-hoo.
City boy!
If we sleep with you on the first date, it's not because we don't respect ourselves. It's because you're not boyfriend material.
Oh no, that would totally suck. Men would hate to get laid the first night and then never have to hear from you again. Boo-hoo.
City boy!
Having sex with you because you're not boyfriend material, so you just wanted to get some cheeks just like men do. Right? And so obviously you seen the man's commentary saying, oh, like we don't mind that. But that's a woman saying that. So I wanted to see, right? How has the sexual liberation movement affected our culture? right? Because yesteryear, that a woman wouldn't say that type of shit out loud ever. So, how has the sexual liberation movement affected our culture? And culture, I'm talking about us.
I
The
think
sexual liberation movement for women.
I don't know.
yeah,
Okay.
but mostly for y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I would
now
say
we're liberated. Okay.
it's been instructive in the destruction of the nuclear family, particularly black families. Feminism was started by this white woman, a CIA agent, and for some reason, black women decided to trust her as Gloria Steinem. And then you got to consider government programs that subsidized living conditions and benefits for black women as long as the brother wasn't in the house. And then just the overall, like, oh, I could do whatever with my pussy because, I have the strength like a man and I could do this and I could do that. When that's not the case. Like physiologically, you're not meant to be fucking all these dudes. You're just not, right? You can say whatever you want as far as a social norm, but that's not supposed to be the case, right? A woman's supposed to carry herself in whatever way that, suggests that, she's has some sort of quote unquote sanctity, right? And I know that's archaic to hear, but it is what it is. Now, what we're doing today with Megan Thee Stallion and WAP and all the other shit, it is what it is, right? And yes, before I get the congregation to say like niggas like it, yeah, like you're enticing the lower half of my body, but that's all you are, right? And I'm not talking about the ladies on the panel because y'all are way above that, right? But overall, most chicks are about, throwing that ass in a circle, right? So it is what it is. I feel like the sexual liberation movement has been profoundly destructive to our community. Shout out to my big words, Q. All right.
All right, so let me answer like the men. Most women do not be doing that. That is anecdotal. Most women, where y'all get most women from? Not most women. Where y'all getting these numbers from? Not most women. Though maybe the women y'all know, but not most.
You gotta take that strap off. Oh man, like it's not, it doesn't.
Wow, Eddie, where you get that from?
Just saying, son.
I don't know what you talking
That's
about.
a large assumption. That'd be like me assuming you gay. Don't do that.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't know what you were talking about, Q.
I'm answering the question like you niggas. He just said a whole bunch of shit, and he spoke about most women do this and most women do that. But when the women say the same thing about men, all y'all go ape shit, and y'all be like, "Oh no, that's not true." Nah, yeah. Most women, where do y'all get most men from? So I'm doing the same shit he did.
I didn't hear him say anything about most women. Maybe I missed it.
Did any of the women on the panel hear him say what most women do?
So let me ask you this, because another
said
thing
most women, not us on the panel, though.
But another thing,
granted, and we've said that about them, and they still go hard. Am I right or wrong? Okay,
hold on.
that's all
So
I'm saying.
women, my question for you women though is, do you think most women are like that or not?
Well, the question is, do you think most women have championed the sexual liberation movement?
I think whatever works for that woman works for that woman.
See, that's the bullshit answer that we don't get.
Wait, but this is what I'm saying.
No, Shan, we don't have those type of answers up here. You got to stand on something.
Can I elaborate?
Tell Adrian that.
Can I elaborate on what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, go ahead.
I personally don't think you should broadcast what you choose to do in your personal time like that anyway, in general, either sex, right? I also don't think sexuality should be as like fluid as that. I'm sorry, I don't. So, I don't think it's a good practice from any side. Do I think a lot of women do it that way? I hate to say it, but I think we've been pushed into a culture where we do it more than we should. Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Well, hold on. Can I make one quick point and then I'm done, yo. I ain't going back and forth with Q no more. So this is the difference when it be all of us men on one accord, and then you will challenge us. You just tried to challenge Eddie, but Shani pretty much agrees with what Eddie said. Do you see the difference? How one of you agrees with what he says, but when you speak on certain points, none of the men agree with you.
And I don't care, but I've been said I don't care.
But
Okay.
that's the difference.
So what she get for that? Y'all giving her a brownie?
You're doing what we do. You don't do what
I don't
we
need no
do.
brownies.
But I'm done.
Right.
I'm done.
Nobody
Yo.
cares,
I'm
Adrian.
done.
Like,
Just
what are
leave
we
me
in
the
middle school?
yeah. I'm gonna smile.
Nobody agrees with you, Q. Does that not bother you? No, it doesn't.
No. But
Okay.
my point was you just don't listen and you won't accept things.
Right. And
But
then made a mockery
what was
of
your
what I
overall
said.
point?
And they
with
made
that?
a mockery like you because you joked
Not
him.
even have a
Let's
separate
Did you see my
therapy
name, my
Hold
nigga?
on. After this, I'm
I
done.
made a
y'all. I
joke.
promise.
I'm a fucking
After this,
comedian.
I'm
Are you
done,
serious?
Shannon.
Y'all need
Shannon,
a
after this,
separate.
I'm done.
Y'all
After this,
just
I'm
need a
done.
separate therapy
They
session.
stay going at it.
He said, "Oh, her men and her and this
Adrian, read my
and
name.
Eddie, but then
It's all
Shannon
in the
just
name.
agreed with
It's
him.
all in the name.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
It's
done.
okay. It's all in the name.
I'm done.
It's all in the name. If you
But I
can't
just
take a joke, Eddie could take a joke because Eddie could take a dick. You better be able to take a joke.
Oh no, my God.
Wow.
It's it's the middle school humor. If you're a comedian, maybe the children love the jokes, but it's not functional over here. That's why I said take the strap on off because you assume you're
But
with
who
a bus,
started that
but you
war,
can't
right?
relate.
You come on
But
now.
then
You don't
I
come with
said
it
that
if you're not
because
ready.
you decided to make a
Don't come with
mockery
it if
of
you're
a
not
very
ready, Eddie.
legitimate point I made. But it's just
Well,
like
you
it's
incorporating
beyond
straps
like
and
it's
all the
so
disrespect in
immature
this.
and
I'm
like
gonna come for
beyond
you.
toxic
That's
what
all
we're
I'm saying. I'm
seeing.
gonna come for you.
And all I'm saying
Huh?
is like the shit
What
is
you say?
hilarious. Like you don't
Can't
hurt
hear
me
you.
in any way, shape, or form. It's
With the
hilarious.
purple on? What? Huh? Okay.
And it's
Gotta take
the
turns.
virtue signaling, like this is basic shit. It's okay. That's why I'm laughing. The shit is hilarious. That's funny. The lame shit is funny.
All right.
That shit hurt.
Wow.
So 50, baby. That ain't hurt me, my nigga. Oh wait, I don't call you my nigga. I'm sorry. You got confused there.
Y'all niggas is bugging. All right, let me get Alex. Let me get Alex in here. Alex.
I don't even know what the question is anymore. I didn't hear what she said in the beginning.
Oh, she said if we sleep with you on the first night, it's not because we're whores, essentially. It's because we don't think you're boyfriend material. So my question then stems from that.
Okay, so I don't agree with her point because I feel like in that moment when she's making the decision to go ahead and just have sex with him on the first night, she had her needs, she wanted what she wanted. Okay, who knows what her intention was initially? But do I think, or how has the sexual liberation affected the culture? I think, and maybe not as deep as Chef Eddie, but I think people are starting to be a little bit more honest about what they do and they don't want when it comes to sex, right? And I don't think that's a bad thing. If anything, for some people, I think it's a bit humbling, especially maybe with individuals' partners, where an individual may have thought they put that shit down, it was the best, and a woman's like, no, it wasn't good. Corey, don't make your face up. They asked me my question.
What?
She asked me the question, and I'm just saying, like, I feel like it made people a little bit more honest when it comes to the conversation about sex. Some people are for it. Some people are a little bit more open when it comes to their sex, life, and others aren't.
Yeah, I think Alex, that last point, I think for women is probably where that liberation could be helpful to her partner when she can actually say, hey babe, do this, not this, so on and so forth. However, that first point you made, I'm not so sure when you were saying if that's what she wanted to do, that's what she wanted to do. If she just wanted to fuck on the first night, so be it. That's a positive thing.
I didn't say it was a positive thing. I just said that I don't agree with her saying that we're having sex with you on the first night because we don't think that you're boyfriend material. I feel like as women, when we go into a situation and no, I don't have the stats for it, but I think in my mind, like, as we had a conversation several weeks ago when B was telling his story, if you about to give it up to him or not that night. So maybe him being a boyfriend material or not, it's like, no, at this moment I have a need. My mind and my end game at the end of this date or whatever we're doing this outing is, I'm trying to get some. I'll think about you being a boyfriend or whatever it is after the fact. If it's good, I may double back for more. Then I may want to hear what your conversation is.
Okay, so you're saying you cool with being a first night chick.
That's not what I said for me.
What it sound like you said.
But you see,
I said for me.
But it's okay to be that though, right? Like if you were that, you would admit it.
Yes, if that was me, then yes.
But it ain't so it's easy to say that, right?
But I think with the sexual liberation movement of that, I think people are a little bit more, they're in a space where they're feeling a little bit more honest. They're able to be honest about that. Yo, like, I'm just trying to do X, Y, and Z. It's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, but I think with the movement of sexual liberation and us having conversations more about it, people are a bit more honest. And some people are ready to hear that and some people aren't. Women no longer have to suppress how they're feeling.
Okay.
You don't have to go through all the wait till I get to the third or the fourth date. No, if I want some today, if the vibe is there, let's do it.
I guess, but you still got repercussion, right? A little bit. Even
I mean,
if
that's
you do
another
it.
thing.
Yeah. Let me get B in here, then Mary.
My take on it, honesty is the key. So if whatever you want to do, as long as you're honest with it, first night or whatever, or even before, I'm all for it. Now with that being said, you got a woman have to take into consideration. If you're gonna be fucking all these dudes, whatever, your body count's gonna get higher, whatever. But I'm just the type. Honesty with me is the best policy. So,
So is she fucking on the first night? You'll still be on some Huggy Bear shit with her?
Okay, Huggy Bear. What do you mean? You mean
like you'll take her personal?
If you fuck on the first night, more than likely I probably wouldn't.
Okay, so you don't. So you saying honesty is the best policy, but you ain't fucking with her.
I didn't say no. I didn't say
That's what
that.
you said, nigga.
No, that's not what was said.
What'd you say, B?
I said honesty is the best policy.
But that doesn't work for you. That's what you're saying. You like somebody to be honest, but they're so honest that doesn't work for you.
But y'all confusing me now.
You like the honesty. You like the transparency. She's walking in her truth. That doesn't mean that you have to accept her truth.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to accept it. I got to accept the damn thing. I got to accept.
But you like she's honest.
Yeah, honesty is the best policy. What other way are you supposed to be except for honest?
But you ain't fucking with her though. If she fuck, so she like, yeah, I fucked Damon on the first night.
So you're all right. That's not what was said. Hemp, you said, would I still be on some Huggy Bear shit? All right. More than likely, probably not. I probably wouldn't take her too serious. I don't know. But I mean,
why would she be honest with you?
Why would she be honest? Because my time, my value. I mean, why would you not be honest?
But if she like you, does it make sense for her to say, yeah, I just fucked Damon on the first night a couple weeks ago, but I like you, so I'm not going to do that?
I probably have to be in that situation to make an exact answer. I mean,
that shit's so made up.
Earlier.
All right, so for one, she's a hood rat from Southeast. For one, let me say this, and Hamp already knows it. I don't even date DC chicks. If you born and raised in DC or you was raised in DC, all we gonna do is fuck. I'm not about to even date you, so you automatically get eliminated. So she automatically got naked. She's just good for a piece of ass, and that's it.
Because she's from Southeast.
We ain't going out to eat. We ain't doing none of that. I'm not paying for no Uber, none of that. No, we just fucking and that's it. Because she's from DC. I don't fuck with DC chicks unless it's just sex. That's it.
Why?
DC chicks, from what I've experienced and what I've seen, they loud, ghetto, this goddamn bonnet that they have on. I don't fuck with DC chicks. I mean, I just don't.
What's up, Mary?
That's a hell of an uninformed statement, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
uninformed. But it's no different from how I met one or two DC chicks who said they don't mess with Southerner dudes.
Which is also uninformed.
Okay, all right, okay. But the point I'm trying to make is, if it rocks for you and if it works for you, cool. I'm just saying, if you're a DC chick, I ain't gonna date you. I just don't do DC chicks. That's just
sometimes we can't just say if it worked for you, it worked for you. Sometimes we gotta actually be intelligent and make intelligent statements and use intelligent logic. And that's
and I've used a very intelligent statement.
Nah, nigga. If you think every woman in DC is loud and ghetto and wears a bonnet, you uninformed.
Okay, well, and be that as it may, if you from DC, I'm just not gonna date you. Why everybody got to begrudge a person for their opinion? If it's my opinion, and if I decide not to date DC chicks,
they got stupid opinions.
Yeah, put B next to me and put everybody who agree at the top, because the top got an issue with people who don't agree with them.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn, everybody want to gang up on me for my opinion. I mean,
I think it's a debate show. So
Okay, I mean, there's certain things you might disagree on, Corey, but at the end of the day, it's just your anecdotal experience. I mean,
I wouldn't use an isolated incident or one or two experiences to categorize a whole group of people. So
all right,
I would never make a broad statement like
and here you're going back and forth again.
I'm just saying. I made a comment. It is what it is.
Okay, but you can't begrudge. Okay, what we're not going to do is begrudge me for my statement. Okay, now, Corey, we
like Ham said, it's a debate show, so you make a statement, and then that's what we do. We debate.
But if I choose not mess with DC chicks, I choose not mess with DC chicks. I mean,
cool. And if I tell you that that's a unintelligent way to approach things, then I just inform you that's an unintelligent.
All right, so out of all the women in the 64 square miles of DC, there's 50 other states and several other countries. So guess what that means? I can find a woman from somewhere else. She ain't got to be from DC.
You live in DC, nigga.
Okay, but what does it have to do with anything? I know people in lots of places, but what's your point?
I mean, hey.
And who's to say I'm going to make DC my home? Because I might be trying to move in the next year or two. You don't know that.
Yeah, cool. And then when you move to somewhere else, you're going to run into the same problem. They're going to have smart chicks and dumb chicks in every city you go to. Right, they're gonna have chicks that wear bonnets and chicks that don't wear bonnets in every city you go to. So if that's your, and if you meet two chicks that wear bonnets and you just write off the rest of them, like approaching your next city.
But who's to say if I am in DC and I'm in all four quadrants every day or majority of the days of the week, and I encounter these women and I talk to these women and this is what I see, and I just made a decision based off what I've seen. Who can begrudge me off of that? I mean,
hey.
Okay. And also, we need to, in the year 2022, when a person says DC chicks, does that mean all? Absolutely not. That could mean majority. Okay? Am I saying all DC chicks are bad? No. Am I saying all of them are ghetto and loud? No. Am I saying all of them wear bonnets? No. I'm just saying for me and for what I've seen, I'd rather choose someone from somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I understand, but you gotta type. That's all. You ain't gotta explain that to them. You gotta type.
That's your standard. It shouldn't be a problem with nobody else. Like, let everybody's standard be their own standard. Like, why is that so hard nowadays?
Well, it's not a standard. It's not a standard.
Let him live that. That's between.
Thank you. Let me live that.
That's not a standard. That's.
Hey, Corey, you need to come back on a regular basis, bro. Because we here. They be on that. Whatever works for you, and that's why shit gonna stay fucked up.
Yeah.
That makes if shit don't make no sense, or if it's just not a wise decision, it's not a wise decision.
Right.
Or if people don't agree with you.
But it's still not a wise.
So Adrian, hold on, Adrian. What are you saying isn't a wise decision?
To say, hey, I'm not going to date women in this whole city based off of the few that you have met. You haven't even met 5% of the women that's in that whole city. And now you ruling out 95% of women. Hold on, B. And I'm not saying that I get it like the probable and possible, and you don't mean it all. But the way you said it, so from Corey's perspective, that's not a wise decision to cut off, to not even give 95% of something a chance based off of your small collection of places or women that you have met. That's not wise. And this whole yours truth and this and that and whatever works for you, do that is the reason why shit is going to just get worse and worse and worse, because everybody thinks we need to have to accept things that don't make sense.
Adrian, the only thing getting worse is your armpits because you got that hot ass jacket on. But listen,
it's fire though. It's fire though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I almost didn't even wear no shirt on under it. I almost like
fuck them bitches. Let me tell you like this. Let me tell you like this, B. Fuck them bitches. You know how big the world is? Fuck DC.
And that's me too. I mean,
it boils down to standard. Like, wasn't there just an episode where y'all was talking about like would you date outside your race? Like, that's like prime example. Would y'all date white women?
Hold on. That's not it. Your reasoning matters. Right, so if I'm gonna say I'm not dating outside of my if I say I don't date outside of my race because I value the black family as a whole, and so that goes against what I initially value, that's different. For me to say, oh, I'm not gonna date DC women because the 5 that I met out of 95% of them were ratchet. That's dumb and it's not even true.
All right,
But
so
that's
Adrian,
probability. What type
Adrian,
of are you talking about, Adrian?
These are two
Adrian,
different things.
listen. All right,
I'm done, man.
prime example.
But I think in summary, though, if that's what whether you agree with what his comment was or not, that's what he wants to do, and that's his
preference,
to do so, right?
I didn't say it wasn't okay. I didn't say it wasn't okay.
But what I'm
dumb.
saying is that we all up here, and it can be done, but
Which
we're all up
implies
here
that it's not
spicy.
okay.
We're all up here getting spicy about something that this gentleman wants to do. If he
Well-
doesn't want to date the girls with the bonnets or people from Southeast, and that's his business. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't have to make you positive.
that logic is also.
But there's lots of things that I do that the average person probably would disagree with. I spend hundreds,
and that's your
a week,
business.
and I spend hundreds a week on cologne. Some people say, "B, why do you do that?" It only makes sense to me. The only type of books
go ahead and sub me out, y'all. You can sub me out for 2 minutes. I'm volunteering for the sub out rotation.
Yeah, Adrian got to cool off literally.
Eddie's still off camera, so.
I mean,
but I think
Eddie come back,
I
you
think
can sub
that
me off for like 3 minutes.
so.
And Adrian, have you?
Can we go back to the question or not?
Yeah, let's go back to the question. But I think that the women, you just got to understand that men have different relationships, right? So we will tell each other what we think is best. What's the proper move to make? We don't often leave each other hanging. Well, my friends will judge me in a particular way. Don't do that. Don't do this. That's stupid. You should go this way with it. That's actual friendship. Open rebuke is better than secret love. To me, so if B already has a small dating pool, right? Why would we tell B, yeah, keep your dating pool small because of the 3 chicks in Southeast? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So we added more context because he said Southeast specifically. If you live out here, you know that there's Northwest, Southwest, and Northeast, right? So that tells us that by deductive reasoning, he met a couple of chicks from Southeast, and Southeast is the hood. Largely. So if he go to Northwest, right, there might not be the same. It might not be the same experience. But he said DC.
Right.
So y'all keeping him limited to DC. You know how small DC is.
No, he said
DC.
DC. That's why we focused on it. See,
yeah, but he don't want nobody from that state.
You have an issue with is that's his business. You have to have siloed conversations when we're talking about a particular topic, right? If you're having a debate, you can't just talk about everything. You have to talk about what we're talking about. So because B said DC, I focused on DC and gave him a better perspective.
But you're still keeping him limited to DC.
He's the one that limited himself in DC.
Limited himself to that. But I agree with you, Hampton. I think as other men are hearing this man express, he doesn't want a certain woman. And you all may have had better interactions with women or have had an experience with DC women that has been positive. You want to influence him to say, think outside of that. Like, don't be so narrow-minded. Yes, you have a preference. That's cool. But bruh, like, these are some reasons you should consider other things. And I think that's great. I think that's holding people accountable to think outside the box. That's fine.
Fire shit.
In the same breath.
Hold on, Shan. Did you see the comment?
But listen, that doesn't make sense.
Listen. No, in the same comment at one point, don't light me up. Don't light me up.
I won't.
I did not want to continue dating black men. It was my sisters who said to me, "Hey,
put him in the fucking bag.
We ain't mad at you like that." It was my friends who said, "Shannon, don't start thinking like that." Like, yeah, it was an instant, take a break, figure something out, date in a different realm, but like, don't give up on our men. And my good male black friends said the same thing. So yes, I still date black men, but there was
listen, hold on.
That
nigga would have had a friend like you. Q would have said, date them white men. Don't you do that, black women. What you want to do is the right thing. So you got
I say date and whoever you want to date. You got damn right.
Put me down, yo. Bring Eddie back.
Date whoever you want to date. You got damn right. I would have said it, and I'm saying it now. Date whoever the fuck you want to date. Black, white, purple, men, a woman. If you happy, I fuck with it.
No, you're right. I could date outside of my race. My whole family dates outside of their race. I'm the only one who has dated black men. Like, but I should not cut out black men as well. You know what I mean? Like,
thank you, Shan.
avoid them.
But Ham,
Thank you for keeping your family.
If you have, so that y'all basically are influencing B to function within insanity. He getting the same results, and y'all like don't give up on it.
What are you talking about?
He in the wrong spaces. Like I know DC women that are ultra intelligent and have everything going on for them. My wife is from the
Corey,
DC
they
area.
probably
Her
gonna
friends are
want
super
a
smart.
maintained lifestyle that B's not gonna support.
Huh?
Right? Am I right?
Oh, spaces, Q. He's saying he just got to broaden. DC is amazing.
Right. They got everything here. They got better women here than he gonna find in whatever city he think he going to. Right. So if he can't find them here, he don't have no luck.
But who's to say? But y'all also have this. What I said I don't mess with DC chicks who was born and or raised. She could be from California and been in DC for the past.
Come on, B. So who not listening?
I just said that she's born and or raised.
There's no limit. There's no reason to limit yourself, and there's no reason.
Okay, and then you're going back and forth.
He travel and find who you want to find.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, do what you do. It's not working for you, but keep doing it.
Okay, well,
it's not working for you, but keep doing it. And maybe 6 months from now, you can tell us about one more chick you smashed. But keep doing it.
Yeah, if it's once every 6 months, B, you got to change your game up.
Keep doing it, though.
Hey, question, B. Is this comment have any validity?
No. What comment? Is it the comment AW posted? No, because again, people don't.
No. Did you hit the cheeks raw though?
That's irrelevant, and I'm not.
No question.
That's irrelevant.
Wait,
you talk too damn much. That's first off. You talk too damn much. But second off, listen.
Hold on, B. Nah. Hold on. Because you said you would never.
That's your
business,
business, B.
But you said you would never take a personal from DC, but you gave a raw biscuit.
I won't date her. Fucking and dating is two totally different things.
Raw biscuit though?
Man,
but he'll be her baby daddy.
Come on.
We have to.
We can't. Nobody on here judge him except for Master Corey. Come on,
all right. Let me get Mary in. Mary, what's up?
Q crazy.
All right, damn.
Mary, what's up?
Y'all. I love y'all. I just gotta say that I love y'all.
Yeah, it is right.
Y'all fucked up.
So
you on mute. Oh, man. She got in trouble. Aisha. Nigga got yelled at.
Now my daughter was trying to come out of the room. My husband got it, but she's trying to get out of here and be nosy. But the sexual liberation thing, I'm cool with that. Like for women to feel, I feel like it was always such an issue between now with morals. Yes, men and women shouldn't act the same. But for now, for women to be more free, like I think that's probably like one of the best things that could have happened for women. Like nobody wants to feel like
how's that beneficial?
You said what?
How is that possibly beneficial? And what?
Because even in regards to, I forgot who was it, Alex that said it. Even in regards to what Alex is saying, like being able to communicate your sexual needs, like to a partner, and not feel either one embarrassed about them or just feeling like they can't, be satisfied in a certain way. Like being able to teach, certain things. Like we're so trained to please men that I feel like we needed some type of sexual liberation to understand ourselves and our body. Like we were missing that for decades, just settling. And then all of a sudden somebody go out and go sleep with somebody else and it's better. They like, damn, now they cheating because they just didn't know. Well, so there's nothing wrong with the being free aspect. If she
is that sexual liberation or lack of communication? Like I feel like those are not the same thing. Yeah,
how it was before. I'm saying before women were able to be outspoken about how they feel
with their partners.
You're settling, yes, because you don't know that it's allowed. You get what I'm saying? But now that it seems okay, like on a wider spectrum, now it's okay to be able to speak up. That's just like how many men have come out now and they have spoken on, being sexually satisfied by other men. It's the same difference. Now they're understanding their sexuality where they're at and being like, hey, I enjoy this.
Whoa.
It's the same thing as women being like, hey, Why can't I enjoy this? Maybe I want to go. Maybe I don't want to be with this man. Maybe he looks good enough to fuck, and that's all I want to do tonight. There should be nothing wrong with that. Again, not saying it's morally right.
At the end of the day, so
health, but it shouldn't be looked at as something that it just shouldn't happen at all. Like, no, if a woman feel like that, hey, I want to sleep with him tonight because that's all I want to do because he ain't shit, and whatever the case may be, by all means, get your rocks knocked. Like, nobody cares. Nobody should care.
But they do care, right? And that line of thing gonna have you.
Why do they matter? Like, who is they? Like, I hate when everybody's just like
the people that you hold on, I can tell you who matters. The that you want to attract to be in a long-term relationship with, they care. So they care.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. If they name Corey, they name Master Corey, they care.
They don't give a fuck these days. When the last time you you married, right?
B just told you he not gonna keep you if you fuck him on the first date. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna keep you.
But she's still sexually liberated though. He's still gonna smash at the end.
I'm on different groups. I see different posts. You know how many guys say they do not ask a woman her body count anymore? Nobody matter. As long as you're not doing that trifling shit while you now if you were a wide open, whore on TV, whatever the case may be, of course that's different. But a man nowadays is not gonna ask you, how many men did you sleep with? They don't give a fuck.
I'll tell you to get tested though. I don't know where that box is.
Which is a smart thing to do.
But she can say the same thing.
You get what I'm saying? Which is exactly what women like.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't see the benefit of loose box.
Women just want to walk in their truth.
Like, and the thing about it is,
I agree.
The thing about it is the women that y'all want, or how morally the women are supposed to be, they're not like that anymore because of men. So women normally.
So you completely remove choice from yourselves. Like, you're either liberated or you're not. And then, like, how is it still the blame on men?
No, but it's saying that men have gotten women so much to the point, like, even again, like feeding them bullshit. Women have gotten such to the point where it's like, I'm not even gonna get my hopes up with this man that's being nice to me, so I'm not gonna put nothing into it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just wants to fuck because he's not speaking on anything else. So that's what I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna fucking keep it pushing.
Why is that the man's fault? Could it be possible that she's fucking boring?
Because men are the ones.
There's nothing attractive about her.
Like Hamp said, men control the relationship.
The relationship, not fucking. We're talking about fucking. Your whole example was about just getting your rocks off.
If a nigga be like, I don't want to fuck you, that's just that. Not saying that a woman can't say that, but if a nigga don't look at you as somebody that he want to just fuck here and there, it's not gonna happen. If a man don't look at you and be like, I see something, it's not gonna happen. So now to the point where men are having us dangle back and forth, why not do the same thing? Why not be like, you know what, like, I just, how many men, there's so many men out there that
why replicate poor behavior?
There's a lot of men out there that y'all don't know that actually would be like, damn, you ain't hit me back. Like, we had sex, da-da-da-da-da. Why you not hitting me back?
But what I'm hearing is the reciprocity of poor ass behavior. If that man is trash and he's moving that way, why do you want to move that way?
That's a great question.
Because you want to call it liberation, but it's just like,
why does it have to be trash because women are doing it? Why can't just
trash when men do it?
It's not trash when men do it. Men do it.
Like, men don't think of it as
trash.
I would just like men that keep situationship or men that get engaged but never get married. Like,
this is why we say equality is some bullshit, because we're putting it on the same pedestal.
Why do we have to set ourselves up for that? Why can't we be just as free as men? Why do we have to set ourselves up?
No, you can do what the hell you want.
This mean we're going to be in a relationship.
You can do what you want, but it comes with social consequences. Like, you could ignore those social consequences all you want, but it's like, why compare or even try to emulate bullshit ass negative behavior? And then you're allowing some random nigga into your temple. And it's just like, you disregard yourself.
Why can't I
when it
just
comes to that.
my sexual desire? Maybe
again, you can do what the fuck you want. What I'm saying is you disregard a collection of other things that have consequences, like your body, your spirit, like whatever else that you consider to be wholesome about yourself. It's just like,
but men don't. So we got to think about what it does.
I just said like 3 times that men as well, when they're on that bullshit, they're on that bullshit as well. So it's discussing that they do it also. But it's just like, why replicate, like low frequency behavior? just to get your rocks off.
Why take the worst qualities of men and try to duplicate that?
Have to be a sexual desire? Why does it have to be put on this? Oh, you can't have sex. That's like going back to being like you can't have sex until
But
you're
Mary, question though, does it make sense what they're saying? So if men's behavior is poor, why are women championing that by duplicating it?
to protect themselves.
No. Well, it wouldn't be protecting yourself. It would be endangering, right? If you're just having sex willy-nilly because you feel like it.
It may be, yes, and endangers you in the physical, yes. But when it comes to your emotional well-being and your heart, then at that point, it's like, you know what? Let me be the savage because he being a savage. So you're balancing it out.
But do you believe in? I'm not saying I do. Do you believe in like soul ties and things of that nature?
Yes, I do.
So then why would you say you're protecting yourself in a particular way if you believe in soul ties? Because now you're tying yourself to all these men that you don't like.
I'm not communicating with what I do personally. I'm not talking about me personally.
But you're saying you wouldn't do it.
That doesn't mean I follow it. That doesn't mean I go fuck niggas on the first date. That doesn't mean any of that.
No, we're talking objectively, but it's just what Hamp is saying is like, why even give that any right for any other women to do?
But for the people that do not believe in soul ties, they just like.
But I think what I think Mary's point is, you're right. The way that some men move is trash. And some women have adopted those same behaviors as a way to protect themselves because they're trying to play into the game and the standard that some men have set that they mess with. Does that make that right? No. But they're playing a game that they've been taught to play because every time that they ignore the game and become naive and dealing with these guys, they get played.
This player get played, yeah.
Does that mean sex
after
until I find
a while, you take the mask off. Yeah, after a while, you take the mask off, and you're like, "All right, this is what it is. Let me accept it for what it is and play along."
Okay, that's fair.
Because that goes back to trying to tell us, like, oh, don't have sex until you're married, until you found the right person. So I can't go sleep with somebody just because I want to at that time, because that's what I want to do, not because I slept with 10 other men just because like that. It's that one person that you get into a situationship and you're sleeping with them, but you know it's not going to go nowhere. But, you know, fuck it in the meantime.
No, we hear you. And I guess in terms of our culture, right? If women are adopting poor practices, this is adversely affecting our culture. You agree then? It's okay to say.
A lot of this stuff I hate being connected to culture.
But if it's true, it's true. It's okay, right? We having a conversation to figure out what we got to do differently. So what it sounds like, and Nay, you can correct me, Isha, if I'm wrong. If men were leading the way appropriately, women maybe not go down these paths.
See, I agree with that.
It's easy. Well, I know y'all niggas gonna agree with that because I implicated the men, but I said it like that because I wanted it to be more palatable. Because I know Adrian taught me that if the women can't hear you, got to say it in a different way.
But Hampton,
you got to treat y'all like children sometimes,
and not to put it on men. So I'll take it away from y'all because we have choice, right?
Yeah.
It's just knowing those things are out there and some men moving that way. You can choose not to participate in it, but then you're just a woman who's not participating in dating men for the most part, because you're gonna run into some walls here and there. You just gotta stay in the game till you figure it out. That's all. I don't think you should shift to playing their game, but just know if you don't play their game and you decide to have some standards about yourself, which all women with standards know, it's the long game. You're gonna be waiting for a while to find that right person, to connect with that right person. And when you do, hopefully it works out and it's long-term and you get married and have the life or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But some women crap out and they just like, fuck it. I'm in the game too.
So on this, right? I think we kind of in agreement. It took a long time to get there. But women, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You out here practicing that shit because you feel some type of way and you watching what's that show with Issa Rae? And you follow her steps, you body the wrong nigga, you will eliminate yourself from a lot of niggas. So it don't even got to be a bunch of bodies. You just got to be the wrong body. So make sure you keep that in mind too, man. I gotta bring Adrian up.
Okay.
Did anybody actually answer the question though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't think so?
What do you mean?
You don't think anybody answered it?
I mean, I think maybe one person in the beginning.
I think the conversation
Because the question is, how has the movement affected the culture?
Mm-hmm. And I think the dialogue kind of brought us to a conclusion where if we're having poor practice from both men and women, and then it affects people having relationships, I think that has a negative effect. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
What you think, Q? Final thought. Go ahead.
I would say, to answer the question as I'm reading it and as I comprehend it, I think that it's giving women power. So,
You know what I'm saying?
The boy switch jackets. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a 50th show, baby. You know what I'm saying?
My boy did a wardrobe change.
Stripes on him.
Okay.
Hey, this is me leading with my status.
You don't want to have four. You don't want to have 4 shots. This nigga went off camera and had 4 shots. So
I can tell that nigga got money. I can tell that nigga got money. Okay. See what you do.
Yeah.
Yo, the Steve Harvey collection. Shout out to Steve Harvey. Okay, I see you, A+.
Oh no, my selection way better than Steve Harvey's.
Yeah, Steve shit like 96. Listen, man, interesting. I like the dynamic that we have right now because it kind of leads us. This dialogue here is almost directly associated with the next topic here. So let me share this video. Y'all probably seen this for sure.
Just telling my truth. Okay, I've been literally I remember I lost my virginity at 12 years old. I remember the boy, everything. I remember the whole day like it was yesterday. But 12 bitch to now, it's been a lot. Girl, is it just my body count for just niggas or niggas and bitches?
Everybody.
I would say like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I say like 2,000. To be real honest, like if you put niggas and bitches, because I done fucked a lot of bitches too. So I be fucking niggas, I be fucking bitches. And you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna front. Like I'm gonna keep it blood raw. Like bitch, probably two bands, 2,000 bitch sexual partners. Absolutely, yeah, it is what it is. You know what? Hey, only God could judge me. I don't give a fuck, bitch.
Good God Almighty.
At least she honest.
Jesus Christ. That's so, like, at least she honest.
Listen, not everybody honest about how many people he done slept with. She was honest as hell. Nobody wanted to admit that.
So let me bring it in, Nate, please. Before you yell out any more dumb shit, please just give me a second.
Thank you.
So yeah, we know she was honest. She said that.
I'm not saying I agree, but yeah.
So we've been saying it. Do as thou will. You know what I mean? Let people roll. B said fuck DC. We rooting them on, shit like that. So only God can judge me. You hear that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Should that still be a fucking thing? Or do we need to grow up?
No, because God is the ultimate judge. At
The
the
ultimate
end of the
judge.
day, you know why? If she ends up catching something, that is God giving her his judgment. Now, if we're judging her, we're just formulating an opinion on her.
Would you say God made her a hoe?
No, that's her choice. She has a choice. That's what she chooses to do.
But he's the
That is
creator,
a consequence to what she chooses to do.
So it's possible
All we can do is sit here and
that he
talk about
created a
her
hoe.
and talk about how we dislike it and she's whatever. That's what we're doing.
No,
but at the end of
that's
the day,
her
it's
box.
not God
Did
to
you hear what
condemn
Eddie
her any
said?
type of way.
You hear what he asked you?
Go ahead, say it again, Eddie. Go ahead.
I was saying if God is the creator and almighty, is it possible that he created a hoe?
No, that was her choice. Maybe something in her past caused her to want to do that.
She was 12.
Okay, so we don't know what has happened in her past that led her to be this sexual deviant. We don't know.
Does God know? Does God know everything, Nate?
Yes. Well, yes, God is all knowing. Yes.
So he know he was going to be a hoe.
This might be her path to her true purpose. Like she might end
Say
up
that, Mary.
She might end up being a speaker for
What
being
would be
a
her
fuck
purpose?
Come on, she's honest. She's
Like,
being honest at the
God
end of
might
the
be
You
day.
get no bonus points for honesty. Honesty
Hold
is
on, let Mary finish. Let Mary
I
finish.
believe in everybody having a purpose. Like, if this is her path to get to her purpose, that's just what it is. Now, if she wants to fuck 2,000 niggas, that's nothing I can be associated with. I don't want to be surrounded by anybody with that kind of mindset. Like, I don't want to be friends with anybody that's like that. But
then why are you condoning it?
I'm not going to say I don't judge people. I do. I judge people every
You
day.
form an opinion. That's what judging means. You form an opinion.
Whatever it is, I got a judgment on everybody. Listen, it happens naturally.
We all do it.
Not even on purpose. We all do. So people can't say, "Oh, I don't judge." I do, because if you're a certain type of way, I can't be fucked up with you. I can't have a husband and he know I got a friend that
This
fucks
shit is
2,000 bitches and be in every club, and I'm telling him, "Oh, I'm about to go hang with her in the club."
But you was just condoning it. Make up
You
your
were
mind.
just
It's her
advocating
path.
for it.
No, I'm condoning that. That's her choices. I'm also letting you know that for me, that's not something I could be associated with.
So it's just bad then.
2,000 niggas and
The
bitches.
reason you don't want to associate it because it's associate with it is because it's bad, right? So just say that. Say it's bad.
To me.
Just say it's bad. That's why you don't want to associate. Don't try to act like it's cool. But
That's
then be like, I don't want to fuck with it. You don't want to fuck with it because it's not cool.
I'm just saying she could feel how she want to feel. If she
No, she
want to feel
can't.
like God could only judge her, by all means, I'm gonna be judging you by all means. But that's my opinion. You don't have to care what I say about you, and I don't have to care what you do because I'm not associated with it. So now, if she got a friend that's going to tell her, "Oh no, that's not the way to go," then that friend should do that, because you know why? I hold my friends accountable. Like, but you ain't gonna be out here doing this, or we can't be friends. Like, it is what it is. But if you want to fuck 2,000,
Why can't you as a black woman hold her accountable? Why you got to just be her best friend to hold her accountable? Why can't you right here, right now, hold her
people
accountable?
already don't hold themselves accountable. So I've learned to keep my peace.
Speaking in generality,
Accountability to people that I deal with that personally.
Okay. Everybody else, you like, y'all fuck whoever y'all want to fuck. I got you.
But even if you hold her accountable, doesn't mean that she's gonna listen
Nobody
to it.
accepts accountability.
It don't matter. You just need to do the right thing, and everything that come out your mouth need to be on the up and up. Like, if the shit wrong, say it's wrong. Don't be condoning shit that you know is wrong.
My
Like,
opinion. I feel like it's wrong doesn't mean it's wrong for everybody. That doesn't mean that.
Wrong is wrong.
Like, it doesn't mean that they don't have a reason. I feel like everybody has a reason for what they do.
So
Like, for
there's a
instance,
consequence.
she's been sexually active since 12. Me telling her she shouldn't fuck niggas is not going to help her. She needs to see
Why?
a therapist.
Why?
Why? She's gonna still do what she want to do. Like she said, only God can judge her.
First of all, the fact that she fucked over 2,000 people from the age of 12 on indicates that there's a fucking issue there that's beyond somebody giving her
I can't
advice.
help her trauma.
It's
I
an
can't
issue?
personally help
And
her
that's what I
trauma
just said.
because
We
I didn't
don't know her
experience
past
that.
since 12. You don't know
wait,
what
let me-
Or
let me
she might be
ask you-
hanging. She might be hanging around women like y'all that say, "Hey, babe, if you like it, I love it."
No,
Instead
I'm not
of-
that
instead of
friend.
telling her,
I'm
"Nah,
not
that
that
shit ain't
friend.
Be honest,
Nah.
walking your truth.
I'm not
Like
that
Nah.
Mary said, she's walking in her truth and she's being honest. You know how many people that don't say how many people that they done had sex with? They're not gonna want to come out and tell you they had sex with that many people. Nobody is that honest. Not a lot of people. She's being honest. I can respect her honesty. Do I agree with her choice? Absolutely the hell not. But she's being very honest about it. And she might be walking in her truth. She's walking her truth. She might be walking down a different path. We don't know what that path is. God is judging that
The
path.
sex worker
At the end of the day,
path?
God is the
What
ultimate
path?
judge. So
Path to
she's right in
STDs and
that.
death.
Right, the path.
But God is the ultimate judge in that. So that's what it is.
I mean,
God
He
is the
created
judge
her.
at the end of the day.
She's
He's
the
gonna
whole that He
condemn her to
created
whatever He wants to give her.
on the path to death.
If I'm not her doctor,
If that's what He wants.
if I'm not her doctor, her family member, her close friend, I'm gonna mind my business.
Yep.
I'm
Now I'm
gonna
gonna tell her
mind
about
my
herself though.
You get what I'm saying?
definitely tell her.
Because people have a hard time accepting accountability. Anybody that's in my circle knows how I am, so they
Like
know
this
they're gonna hear
panel.
my mouth first. They know they're gonna hear my mouth first.
Do
But
you-
I don't have to associate myself
Well,
with it.
so we heard that. So question. We just said it was an issue, right? She needs a therapist.
All that.
So why would we not say that it's wrong then?
No, I would say that. I would tell a girl,
I'm saying I wouldn't tell her that because I don't
Why?
look that
Because you're asking multiple questions, him.
No, I did not. I
doing
said
this, doing that,
we
like, you're
said we said. Hold on, Mary.
Hold on,
Mary.
I'm gonna let him talk so that I could explain to him what I mean by that.
No. So, now, Mary, I got you. What I'm
No,
saying.
I don't think you do, because I can tell you where you're asking two questions.
When Q said it was an issue, right? Like we said, she needs additional help, right? Because that would mean that something's wrong. No. Where were my double questions at?
The first question that you're asking is the actual question. That's what she's answering.
The issue part?
Yeah, you're saying no. You're saying should only God can judge me be a thing. That's what she's asking. And your second question was, why are we not saying that that's wrong? What they're trying to explain to you guys is that they're saying only God can judge her. So you're asking two questions. So nobody's not saying that it's not wrong.
So,
but as they're saying, as they're trying to explain that yes, they agree that it's wrong, you're trying to make them contradict themselves by answering the first question accordingly.
Stop
so
that
you're asking
shit.
multiple questions
Because you acting like you act
argument.
like shit is like agenda based. We having a conversation. I could give a fuck who's wrong or right. I'm just asking a question based on what's being said. Right? That's it, and that's all. I don't got no agenda to marry. That's my nigga. I call her to come up here.
So you'll never try to ask people questions to contradict themselves here.
No, I ask clarifying question after clarifying question.
Release us.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All
the
right.
only way you can contradict yourself if you said something contradictory. You see that, right? I can't make you contradict yourself unless you say something that doesn't coincide with the first thing you said.
All right, go with your questions that lead to the questions that cause the women to contradict
Stop that
themselves.
shit. We just having a conversation.
I don't feel like I'm contradicting myself. I feel
You
like I'm
didn't.
on what I said.
You didn't.
Like, I
though.
feel like, listen, what you want to do is what you want to do. I don't personally have to deal with it.
Right. So then why would you be asking her if she feels that doesn't feel that that's wrong when she was clearly saying that?
So because we all said it was an issue, right? So I'm saying, why wouldn't you say it's wrong?
Right. And I told you because I like my peace.
And at the end of the day, she's gonna do what she wants to do.
I like my peace.
So you
Her issue is deeper. Her issue is deeper than 2,000 men. She had a trauma at 12 years old. That's her issue. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist that she needs. I can't help you with that. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, therapy, there's therapy that. And also, I'm a big person on. I don't like speaking on what I haven't experienced.
Got you.
I don't know what you went through at 12. I ain't been there. So if this your outlet, sleeping with a bunch of men and women.
You on the debate show sharing your opinions for free, but you don't feel like you could share your opinions with a woman that needs your assistance. You feel like that's a step too far for you.
I feel like I can't do
These
nothing.
last 2 hours been perfectly fine with you sharing your opinion all day.
I can't do nothing for you though. And
Okay.
I'm not gonna put
You don't know what you can do. You don't know it until you try.
I'm not gonna put my efforts into that though, because my importance is within my circle. I'm the type of person that sometimes people's issues consume me. That's who I am as a person. Sometimes other people's issues will consume me. So I keep my opinions and what I truly believe within my circle, unless I'm on this platform, because that's what
Well, hold on, Mary. Let me ask you something, Mary. If you had let's just say, and I'm just asking, what if you had a friend you did not know that, and she's like, "Girl, let me tell you. All right, so I want to confide in you," and she comes out and tells you that she slept with that many people. As her friend, would you come out and say, "Girl, are you serious?" and correct her? Like, would you give her correction in that? In a sense, it may sound judgy, but you're giving your opinion, because that's what the definition of judging is, to formulate an opinion. You're not being God judging. You're not being the authoritator and dictating and laying down the law, but you are giving her an opinion. You're judging in that aspect. So are you saying that, okay, well, I no longer can be your friend because I'm not going to be able to tell you about
would
yourself?
you judge her if you had a friend? Yeah.
If I had a friend like that, first of all, that's not my friend. If that's something I just know, if you slept with 2,000 people, trust me, I'm gonna know. If you're my friend, I'm gonna know that you slept with 2,000 people.
It's just hypothetical.
I haven't hypothetically been in that situation. Me personally, I've cut people off with no problem. I'm telling you. I am telling you.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm gonna have to see me. I'm different. I stopped being about that though.
Listen,
I
was cool with this girl. And I found out she was putting her hands on her nigga. I don't talk to the girl. I had no problem with that because I don't agree with that. And I'm the type of person that's if I fuck with you, I'm gonna always have something to say. And that's an issue for a lot of people.
But then that's you being a friend though. If you got something to say, then you're checking her for
exactly.
something.
But she been said that though. Where did Mary not say that?
No, she is saying that. Yeah. So I'm saying that's good that she's being a friend by doing that.
Nate asked a fair question though. It was a hypothetical.
Yeah, like what would you do? Would you tell her I'm not gonna be your friend no more? Because girl, you done slept with 2,000 dudes.
Let me get
That's a lot for me.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a married person. Like that's a
But you being honest, Mary, so I like it.
Because if we out somewhere, me and you, if we out somewhere and it's me and you, and I go to a party with you and a whole bunch of niggas start coming around you and shit, my husband not gonna be with that shit. I don't want to be, and one, you could be in danger. 2,000 people, you could be in danger.
Don't know her story. You
don't know
don't.
who wife you slept with. You don't know who.
All right, yeah, I got y'all. Let me get a different sound in this motherfucker, please. Alex.
So again, I didn't hear the video, but reading the caption, two things. So when I see that she started being sexually,
Let me play it again.
The video is fine. I got the gist of it, but
okay.
Two things. When I see that it says that she became sexually active at 12, and that she said that many sexual partners, to me that tells me she doesn't have a healthy relationship with sex. That tells me that something has happened. And when I hear her coming out and defending that, to me that says it's a defense mechanism, right? Let me get in front of it before somebody else can judge me on it. In regards to the specific question, should only God judge me be a thing? It should be. However, the reality is that it's not. Because as people, we all have our own opinions. I guess I would be considered judgy because I'm always going to have a thought and opinion about something. But what should happen and what actually happens are two different things. So, separating the two things, do I think her 2,000 folks is a lot? Absolutely. To me, that says she's got something else going on. That says she needs some help. But again, to answer the specific question that is scrolling across the screen, should only God judge me be a thing? Absolutely. But that's not the reality.
I got a quick question.
I got one quick question.
Hold on.
Hey, Ham, can I ask a question? I want to answer right quick. So for the only God can judge me people, where did you get that from? Because that ain't in the Bible. So
it's not in the Bible.
Where did you get that from? The only God can judge me people.
That's not in the Bible.
That's coming from a place for me of.
So you made it up. All right, gotcha.
No. That's coming from a place of me that I need to be able to go ahead and I need to go to sleep. I want to not feel shame. I want to make sure that whatever decisions I'm doing are morally right for me in my relationship with God. That's what I think about it.
I'm just curious where only God can judge me shit came from. I've never seen that. I don't know.
But I think people use that term. I think people use that term though, right?
But they use it very loosely.
That term as a defense mechanism. I'm gonna do what I want, and it's just like F it, whatever. It doesn't matter because
so
God.
So should it be a thing then, Alex? So should it be a thing? You made a great point. So should it be a thing if people are just using it as a defense mechanism?
So then now hearing myself, I would say no, but that's the reality. I think people use it as a defense mechanism. Have I used it? Sure. I do that to justify when I'm doing some fuck shit.
At least you being honest. At least you being honest.
2 hours to get some honesty. 2 hours.
At least you being honest.
I'll be accountability for me. I would be battling with my own morals when I have those thoughts. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
Right?
So Q, did I try to trip her up or did we get clarification, cowboy?
I don't know him. You tell me.
Like, come on.
What I'm speaking to is some shit you typically do.
No, this is literally what happens though. Like, we ask clarifying questions to get down to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, hold this.
Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here.
Well, all right. So where's my clarifying questions?
You're not up yet. We're going to B. Then Isha.
All right.
You
so
last, Negro. Oh, you got your arms out? Okay. Go ahead, B.
So we're going to answer the question that's rolling across the screen. Corey made a great point. I believe that we can judge if we're going to look at it from a biblical perspective, which we can because the word of God is in it. The Bible does say that we are to judge righteously. Shout out to Hamp for teaching me the Bible. But the Bible does say that we are to judge righteously. So if she has slept with 2,000 people, we can say that she is a whore. Now, to credit being given to the people at the bottom of the screen who said that she had sex when she was 12, and there's some underlying issues. Yes, we can say that. I do know lots of women who lost their virginity at a young age, and they tend to grow up to be whores. So I'll give you that. But that doesn't change the fact she's a whore. I mean, I do believe we can judge righteously. I do believe that we can. And the Bible does say that.
Fair.
Judging in what context? Are we formulating an opinion or are we condemning her?
No, not condemning. No, I wouldn't. Like, if I saw her in public, I wouldn't walk up to her and be like, "Hey, what up, ho?" No.
That's probably what she means by only God can judge me.
No.
Lay down judgment.
No, we can formulate an opinion. We're formulating an opinion right now.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, but if I saw her on the streets, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, what up, ho?" Lane. No, I mean, I wouldn't do that. But she's a hoe. She slept with 2,000 people.
But
she's a hoe.
She's condemned though.
Yeah, she condemned. Yeah,
we don't carry out the punishment, but that she's condemned. You can condemn her for sure. You've motherfucking right. She's condemned.
Yeah, she a hoe. Yeah.
Put her in the.
God, we don't know what God gonna do. He might be.
Oh, here we go.
See, Mary said it. Mary said
the lack of accountability.
Mary said it.
Listen, she walking into her purpose.
Come on.
There ain't no purpose in being a hoe.
This might be her testimony.
I disagree. Rahab was a whore, and she came from Jesus' lineage. We're gonna talk Bible. There's purpose in being a whore.
Keisha, you've been on this podcast for 100 times, and you ain't never talked about the Lord.
Rahab was a whore.
Holy shit.
We all know we judge. We all know we do. We
Hey, hold on. So what we're saying is we can literally do whatever we want to do and then connect it to our purpose and say it can be connected to our purpose, so it's okay to do it. Let me get my final thought so I can go to sleep.
No, we're not saying that. We said that.
Final thought, yo. Women don't hold each other accountable
at all.
Hell no, because I'm gonna say something to her.
I'm gonna
say something to her. But I'm not the one that's gonna condemn. If she ends up with something, that's not my judgment. That's God's judgment.
So let me ask you this.
I'm still gonna judge.
If somebody does something that God already condemns, then is it okay for me to say it's wrong because God already condemned it? So why are you fighting me if I'm just saying what God condemned anyway?
You can say it, yeah.
That goes to hey,
wait, hold on. Let's not go. Hold on. Run the tape back. Run the tape back.
Like Rahab, like I just said.
Run the tape back. Did A+ just say that women don't make women accountable?
Oh Lord!
Women don't hold women. We just
you said that.
So hold on.
So no, because you said that. I can't tell y'all what men do and don't do. How do you know what women do and don't do?
It's an observation.
You said what? But my thing is, a bunch of women would agree with me.
So what I did earlier was an observation.
A bunch of women agree with me.
Hit the bell, him.
Hold on. Even some of the women below. Let's be honest. So women below. Do y'all feel like the majority of women hold each other accountable?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all all bugging now.
Y'all about to make him hot again, and he about to switch his shit again because y'all not agreeing with him.
Hold on. So do y'all hold all women accountable or only your friends? Because like Mary was saying, if it's my friend, I will check her. But if she's not my friend, it's not my business to speak on it. Whereas men will Whereas men, we hold men accountable, period. We all just came at B. We all respect B. We all love B. If I'm anywhere and anybody says something like B said and it's just wrong, bro, you're wrong, you're bugging, you're tripping. That stays the same whether you're my boy or you're not. So like Mary was saying, if she's in her circle, yeah, she will check her and hold her accountable. But if you're not, y'all prioritize having y'all peace. And I'm not about to get into you. Hold on. And Mary, why won't you talk to somebody and go that route? Because of your peace, because they won't receive it. And exactly. So that's
proven. Adrian, so let me ask you this. Would you hold your employer? You hold your employer accountable?
Nigga, what?
No, nigga, what? Would you hold your employer accountable? Like, would you have the nuts to really speak directly to your employer on some shit? The way you speak to your
employer to shut the fuck off.
I hold my employer accountable to what the agreement is. So you will pay me, you will respect me.
Nah, I'm not saying nothing having to do with you. Just in general, if you walked in your employer's office and they were sniffing a line of cocaine, would you make them accountable in that moment? Or would you be too afraid to lose your job? You're not going to talk to them any kind of way. You niggas is not going to do that. That's my point. So you don't make every man accountable.
I don't feel like
you don't make every man accountable. Oh, you're not doing that with everybody.
He's not a crime fighter. It's not his job to.
I don't think that men hold men accountable though. I don't agree with that. That's one thing I don't agree with. The fact that you feel like men hold men more accountable than women hold women. Because
come on, Mary.
Hold on.
Wait, because men are going to co-sign their boy on their bullshit.
But you know how many men are deadbeats? You know how many men are deadbeats and don't say nothing? You know how many men let shit slide when it comes to cheating? You get what I'm saying? And won't say nothing to their niggas. Will drive them where they go. Will drive them where they go and all that. Like, I don't believe that men hold other men accountable as much as women hold other women accountable.
From what you see,
I've been in places where, like, a homegirl that I'm with or go tell another girl she don't know, like, yo, you don't smell all that, like, get yourself together type of thing. Like, and we'll say that, but a nigga will sit there and laugh at his homeboy, like, nigga, like, what the fuck, like, who the fuck is that, and not say nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like men just
talk about. So can we just talk about this? Let's just talk about this panel. We will say I done disagree with Hamp before. I done disagree with B. I done disagree with Corey, and we'll go back and forth. Y'all don't do that. Y'all would just say, "Well,
I just disagree with Mary.
Well, that's how they feel. That's just how they feel. And if that's the way they want to do it, then that's the way they want to do it.
hands off.
You gotta let that go. You gotta let that go because you get
about the panel in general. Why am I the only one that feel like I'm only gonna hold my friends accountable? They're not agreeing. They holding everybody accountable. So what do you mean by that?
Everybody accountable.
I'm holding my friend accountable.
I said I'm holding accountable.
I'm only holding my friend accountable. But don't play everybody accountable,
especially when it comes to somebody's sexual health. Listen, ma'am, you're doing a lot.
Bro, y'all just said, but you don't know what's going on, so I'm not gonna tell her she wrong.
I'm only gonna do that.
Hold up. How you gonna say, Alex? You like? But she clearly got. Oh, it might have been you, but one of y'all said clearly she got some other stuff going on. So me telling her it's wrong ain't gonna help. So I'm not gonna say nothing if she ain't.
That was Mary that said that, but we didn't.
They said it might be her purpose.
Right, Adrian.
No, that was Mary said it might be her purpose.
To be a hoe, so God could use her.
Listen,
Mary said that, and I co-signed it. I said, "Q don't listen."
See what he?
Right, Adrian not listening over there, accusing me of
stuff.
You
slept with 2,000 men and women. There was people along the line that told you maybe you need to slow down. It did not work. You're at 2,000. So why am I wasting my breath?
It was the approach. It probably was the approach
to do it.
Yeah, but what you did, Adrian, was you just flipped it.
Nobody else before you.
You just flipped it.
My approach ain't gonna be no better.
As B says, he moved the goalposts.
People tell me all the time, "Oh, it's not what you say."
One at a time.
Like my approach is not gonna be no better.
Mary, that's terrible logic. And just because the people before you didn't reach her, don't mean that you can't reach her. Maybe they didn't say it in a way that connected with her. Then maybe you can.
The only person that's gonna reach her is somebody that's been in her shoes.
That's not true.
Maybe not.
You don't know that.
That might be your purpose.
I'm telling you, people receive things better from people. You slept with 2,000 men. Everything everybody said before that wasn't relevant. Somebody that slept with a lot of men and got a testimony is gonna be the one that have to speak to you. Or you might need some
it might be something about your spirit, Mary, that make us say, you know what, I shouldn't do that.
Right.
And
But
that might be your purpose.
I wish this bitch would get on my face.
Thank you.
Like
and that goes to what Adrian said. You don't.
I'm not a person that knows how to deliver. I'm not. I am a tough love person. I don't know how to deliver certain messages. What she need ain't gonna come from me.
You'll know.
Let Q get in.
Yeah, Mary, if that was to ever be the case, you'll know. It's not like, but I understand what you're saying. That's not your go-to. And I don't think that that's anybody's go-to. It's just to walk up to somebody random and just tell them some random shit about how wrong they're doing in their life. That's not nobody's go-to. But when it is intended for you to be that person, you know.
Mm-hmm. I feel like God sends messages all different ways. So that could be possible.
Yeah, we're not just walking up to everybody because, like, again, nobody actually answered and said they all looked there with the screwed up face. Nobody actually said, yeah, if my boss came to work drunk or came to work out of order, I'm going to sit there and tell him or her and make them accountable and tell them and shame them and do it. You're not doing that. Nobody's doing that. You're going to let them be how they are because you're not checking everybody. You're going to do it where you're comfortable.
Speak for yourself.
So because Mary's not comfortable with doing that with just the average person, she ain't gonna do it.
Oh yeah, that's it doesn't make it any less.
But hold on, that's comparing two different things. Yeah. One thing we're arguing gender, the other thing you're talking about somebody who has
no I'm speaking to your point where you said men will make all men accountable.
I said men and women. We're talking about genders. We're talking about genders. We're talking about gender on gender. Even playing field across the board. What you're talking about is holding. If you're talking about a boss, now you're talking about holding somebody who has has somewhat of authority over you in that role of a job, holding
Okay.
somebody accountable.
But
That's
it don't
two
matter if
different
you
things
if
than
that
me talking
person
about
is
holding
a
somebody
male.
accountable who's on the same
If
plane
that
as you.
person is a male, and you just said you hold all men accountable as a man, that is a man.
I said men hold men
So
accountable.
You said all.
So the difference is in this case, this woman has shared with us that she does wrong things, and we want to respond to her by saying that's wrong. If my boss tells me that he participates in wrong activities, I will share with him that is wrong. So we will hold men accountable when we had that information. We don't go seeking out the wrong in people's lives, but when we find out that they do wrong, we're gonna say, hey bro, that's bullshit, that's wrong. And that's holding people accountable. We not the detectives. We not smelling that nigga breath to see he been drinking last night. We're not doing none of that. But if he tells us some wrong shit he do, we gonna say that's wrong. And that's
So you're gonna do that. You're the exception that you're actually gonna go to your boss and say,
If your
no,
boss
I'm not
came
talking
out
about
and told
men.
you they had a
I'm
drug
not talking
habit,
about men.
but
I'm
if
not
your
talking
boss
about
came out and
men.
said they have a drug
But
habit,
most
and
people would do
you
that.
probably would hold them accountable. They
No.
felt comfortable enough to tell you.
Most people,
if he
but
shares
most people wouldn't though. Most people wouldn't do that to their employer.
I don't hold back my
That's
opinions
just a
on
fact.
nothing to nobody. I'm telling everybody everything I got on my mind, so I don't.
But I'm saying you will be the exception. Most people don't do that.
Well, I thought you said men. I thought Adrian said men, so you were talking about men.
Yes, and most men won't do that. How many? Nah.
How do you know what most men will do?
How do you know what most women will do? You said it already. We already went through this.
Because we see y'all said it.
Now it was an observation.
Mary said, and y'all agreed, if it's somebody
Hey,
in my
don't go down that
circle,
rabbit hole,
I hold
man.
my circle
Adrian,
Strong
let
man
it go.
argument.
Eddie trying to
Strong man
warn you now.
argument, man.
He's trying to warn you now. It's recorded.
Mary, hold on, Mary.
It's recorded.
Adrian said, I ain't arguing with you no
It's
more.
recorded.
He's still
Mary,
arguing.
hold on,
Y'all
Mary,
go back and
because she's
forth.
saying,
It's
how do I know
recorded, though.
women? Did you or did you not say, if it's your friends, yeah, but if it's not, do what you want to do. You're not even going to get into that.
Not
But
y'all.
you
The
didn't
only person
speak
that
from
said that
that
was
point.
Mary.
You spoke in
What did you
general
say,
about
Mary?
women, and I said, how you know what women do?
Hold on, go ahead. What did you say, Mary?
Why am I your reference for you to say all women though?
Yes, Mary's the one that said that.
Like,
I didn't say that. I said I
opinion.
disagreed.
Eddie done told you not to do it, Adrian.
They didn't agree with me.
Eddie's saying
You
don't
just
do
told-
it because it's pointless because you're going to keep using straw
It
man
don't
arguments.
matter.
That's why
It's
Eddie is
recorded.
saying it.
You saying that though.
I did say it,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it based off of a woman saying it too. It's not just me saying it and nobody's agreeing with me. My
But
proof
why
is
does anybody agreeing with you have to validate you? Just because people
it's
agree
a
with you
woman.
doesn't make
You're
it any
saying,
more
Adrian,
right.
how do you know what a woman thinks? Because I'm using what a woman said.
I saw all this bullshit in grassroots.
No.
It's hilarious.
No, you're not about to do that.
Can we go to final thoughts?
This shit recorded.
I
It
gotta
is.
go to work.
The lunacy is being recorded.
Yeah, it's shit is ill. Y'all niggas
Episode
is
50.
wow.
I'm
Episode
just
50,
saying,
baby.
I'm making him accountable.
No, you're
I'm
not.
making him
Episode 50,
accountable.
baby.
I'm
But
not
it
letting
did-
it slide. I'm making him
when-
accountable.
See, I watched back all the episodes because I edited them. Y'all niggas is legendary. Like Isha talking about Rahab. She don't know what book is in or none of that. She just threw it out there.
No, niggas do not know the Bible, son.
Like
Niggas
and
got
I
2-3
tried to-
verses that they repeat all their life. That's it.
But that's not one of them.
Wasn't
Eddie.
she a whore?
Rahab was a hoe
She was
too.
a harlot, yeah.
And was
So,
she in Jesus' lineage?
Come on.
yeah, yes.
Did she have purpose?
Oh, come on.
No.
Did she save her family?
No.
Yes, she did.
So if you read the book of Joshua,
Got this man started.
I gotta tell him. I'm sorry. I'm
Man.
just gonna make it quick.
Y'all don't even
Joshua-
hold biblical hoes accountable.
Real
God,
quick.
God,
Yeah.
that shit is
No,
wild.
Eddie, like you said,
That
she
go back
had
to
the
me
points
speaking
that
on
they
what I
all
know.
know, right? They all know those
I
points.
ain't read the Bible.
But
Let's go back to me speaking on what I know. Not saying
Mary, it's my turn, my nigga. Come on.
Listen, because he made a comment, so I had to clear it up. Okay, I had to clear it up.
Eddie gonna always make a
Let's
comment.
go,
though.
Mary.
Listen,
Hey,
I don't know
so
nothing about the Bible, so I ain't gonna. I don't have nothing to correct because
Yeah,
I had.
yeah.
What
It's
you gonna
not-
tell
it's
me?
not-
Because I
it's
know.
just- I'm not coming down on Isha, but I know people listen, so I need to clarify. So Rahab was indeed a harlot. She did marry Boaz. He does come from Solomon, right? So that's all facts. Joshua 6, start at verse 22. The two spies hid out at her house. They got some cheeks from her. She gave them shelter and shit like that. So since they were at her house, Joshua just saved her and her family. So, but it wasn't like she was some fucking hero or some shit. It just happened to be a whorehouse where they got some cheeks. So Joshua said, "All right, bring them niggas with you."
So she didn't tell them to save her family.
No, Joshua just did it.
Nah. That doesn't
Oh,
sound right.
Go to Joshua chapter 6. See, you
I'll
don't
read the whole
gotta listen to me.
I'll
Just
read
go
the
read
whole
it.
chapter because that's not how the story went.
Because you got to understand, in Israel, women they couldn't just, oh, you better save my family. No, heifer, I'll save your family out of the kindness of my heart. That's how Joshua was. He saved the city of Jericho. So just go read this shit. 'Cause I ain't, but you were right in some of your points. So let me give you this. Because like Eddie said, y'all niggas learn them corporate points. Y'all know them little Ray hat, That's
it's all group think, man.
Listen, man, this is it. Let me hit this. Interesting. Y'all the best people I know, man. Y'all some legendary motherfuckers. I'm telling you, man. Q, I didn't know your shirt went from short sleeve to no sleeve. How you did that? You
I
got
just
buttons
rolled
on
it
this?
up. I like sleeveless shirts actually.
Where?
Yeah.
And Mary, Mary, you could do anything around Mary. She do anything you want to do.
Listen, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, listen.
And with Nay, as long as you honest, you straight.
Yo, I listen. I stand on what the fuck I say, and that's just,
and I love honesty.
Come on, Mary.
Nay, I killed a couple niggas. As long as you honest, nigga, you good.
Like 12. You know,
It's the transparency and accountability for me at all times.
Hey.
I love it.
Yo, man, listen, this is episode 50. This is probably the longest we ever went. Shout out to y'all. I gotta get one more for the culture, for the hood. I'm probably 8 ounces in, so I'm feeling good. I'm the boss at my job, unlike Alex and some of you niggas. So I don't answer to nobody when I get there tomorrow.
Me too, Alex. But go ahead.
But it's non-profit anyway. Alex, what y'all doing? Handing out candy canes tomorrow? Some shit like that?
Don't do it.
Only one that work hard in this motherfucker is Isha and Eddie.
Eddie be peeling shrimp in the living room.
Wow, god damn, Eddie.
Yo, what's up?
I don't know, man.
Damn.
You over, man. You just gotta laugh, man. It's
Yo,
like,
be on your top, bro.
Damn.
It's all good, man. I worked in education 12 years. I know when I'm talking to a kid.
Wow.
Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out.
Yo.
So you tell all the kids to take the strap off?
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Final thoughts?
Come on, man.
I got one more. I got one fucking more, man. All right. Let me say something. Right one.
I like you, man.
Here you go. Make sure. Let me know if y'all can't hear it.
My God.
Captain, the lifeboats are ready to go. Should we load the women and children first?
No, men and children first.
Excuse me, sir. It's 2022, Private. A woman can handle a sinking ship just as well as a man can. And if you don't think so, you're a misogynistic asshole stuck in 2008. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, for the time being, I am requiring men and children only.
Are you kidding me?
It's 2022. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be treated equal to men? Well, this is how men are treated.
No, we don't. We just say that half the time. We don't actually believe in it. Yeah, we do. Come on, we're just as capable as men are. Shut up! I identify as a man! 2022!
Jack, do you think I could open the door?
It's 2022, Rose. I wouldn't want to imply that you can't handle the ice cold water the same way a man could.
I think I'm dying, Jack.
I love 2022.
Oh shit.
That was funny.
So, all this equality shit and all that.
Yeah, that's good.
Who is really perpetuating the idea of patriarchy? Because if you analyze it, do men still benefit from this idea? Does the man who works in a coal mine 60 hours a week, he gonna die 10 years earlier than the rest of us, and he doing it for his wife and his children, is he benefiting from this so-called patriarchy?
Not that guy.
Yeah,
who's benefiting from this patriarchy that women try to stand on, but then they want all the equality, but they really don't mean it, like said in the video?
I feel like it's meant to an extent. Like it depends on which aspect of it. Like if as a man, like if you're stronger than me, as you should be, then why would I want to do something that requires a lot of strength? But if I'm in a corporate office with you and we're doing the same job, do I think that I should be able to get paid as much as you? Absolutely. So I feel like it depends on towards which aspect you're speaking about it for, because yeah, we want to be created equal in some ways, of course, but other ways is just your physical strength. Like, why would I want to carry this 10-pound whatever when you're right here and you can carry it for me because you have more strength to carry it? It's going to tire me out quicker.
Okay. So you're saying wherever you guys can be equal, you want equality. Everything else where you guys can't be equal, you're not expecting it.
For me personally, unless it's on the financial aspect of it, like that's what I believe in. I believe on the financial aspect. Bro,
get her out of here.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
She just wants the same money as the men. She don't want to do nothing else. She just want the same amount of money.
I'm saying if you're making
Look
the
at
same
the comment right here. Look at it ain't just it don't just be us. You can't push a plow for equality, but you can push a pin for equality.
But I'm saying if that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm doing the same amount of work as you, if we have the same pedestal in the corporate office, why am I getting paid less than you because I'm a woman? Do I believe that should be equal? Yes.
But not everything else.
But that is equal. Y'all don't think men and women who do the same job get paid the same? And if they differ, it's not because you're a woman. It's a lot of other factors that go into play to why we get paid differently if we are doing the same job.
If it's the same exact job, that's bullshit, and I'm calling cap.
Yeah,
give me an example.
Statistics.
Yeah. Men do get paid more.
If you're doing the same exact job per job description,
but hold on, but it's not because I'm a man and you're a woman.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
That has been debunked a million times over.
Eddie, you got this one, Eddie. You got this one.
Right, there's no such thing as a pay gap. I don't give a fuck if you irritate that.
Wait. Before we finish this one,
this is crazy.
Let's allow somebody to finish a thought on this topic. I think this should be more substantive and factual information, because there are so many factors that come into the wage gap that I don't think women have analyzed for a long time.
Nope.
So who was up? Was it Eddie? Go ahead.
I'll take the mantle, man. Like, there's no such thing as a wage gap. That has been debunked a billion times over. What women tend to not understand in regards to equality of pay is that majority of the jobs across the world are run by men because they're, one, profoundly dangerous. Two, there's a high percentage of death according to those jobs, engineering jobs, etc. Most men run the infrastructure of society. Women don't do that. Right? So those jobs inherently are going to pay more, and the demographic is going to look exclusively like men. Does it stop women from getting those jobs? No. Come through, apply, qualify, get the job. But women are not applying for the jobs that are $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 jobs when you got to work on the oil rig in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean for like 6-8 months. Women aren't doing that shit. You dig? So like Mary said, if you're in a corporate setting, got the same qualifications, all of that, possibly, yeah, you should be getting paid the same thing. But again, there's sexism, right? There's racism, right? There's a whole bunch of other factors that are not being thought about in that regard. And yeah, that shit is fucked up. If you qualify, you got the skills, you should be making the same bread a dude is making. But that's not the case. And most of the jobs that are high paying, women don't want. So there's no legitimate pay gap. It's just like y'all not applying for those jobs outright, particularly in STEM and engineering. There's a whole bunch of programs recruiting women. Women are not going to the shit. And a lot of those jobs start at 80, 90, 100K.
So it says here.
Can we get statistical facts on that? Where is that?
Hold on.
They was hungry. Man.
Hold on.
Census.gov, it says that women earned 83 cents to every dollar by men. Yes, the gap is closing, but it's still there. It's still exists.
But Mary, did you hear what? See, this.
No, she didn't hear what I said.
You were so busy looking for that bullshit.
No, I was listening to him.
But what
you were not.
said,
you were ready to respond. You weren't listening.
What he said didn't talk against that. He gave reasons why the gap is as such. There's other reasons also.
But he said there was no gap.
He said that women are not applying.
He's acting like we're not applying for these jobs and we're not.
I'm not acting like. That's what the statistics say.
Women be the first ones to apply for a job. What do you mean? We always looking for a job. We about the bag. What are you talking about?
All right. Are you applying for like
the
large
facts about
scale
that?
CEO
Yes,
roles?
I
Are
said
you
it. Yes,
applying
I'm gonna
for
be about
like
the bag.
hardcore jobs?
Where is it? Him, you always
Yeah,
come
because
with some
men
daggone
aren't showing up
statistics.
to an
Let's go.
interview
Where's
talking
the
about
statistics?
getting a bag. They're talking about
But
getting the job. Even the
aside
language
from
and the
that,
approach is different.
before you decided to respond, Eddie, and you want to talk about the women not listening, Mary specifically said that there is an age that there is a pay gap when we do the same role in corporate settings, the
And I
same
said that
job,
twice.
her
If you
job
were listening,
description. And
I
you
said that
said,
twice.
and you interjected to say there is no pay gap. But
Yes,
then
and then
said
said women don't
there
apply
is
for
a pay
jobs in
gap.
STEM.
So
And I
what the
said
fuck are
that
you
twice.
talking
If
about?
you have the skills, if you have the enthusiasm to get that same job, you should get paid the exact same thing a man is getting. I said that shit twice, but I know
Right,
your
but you
listening
also
skills.
said there was no pay gap.
You
And
said
he said
Because
that
of
women
that,
don't
if y'all
apply
not
for certain
applying to
jobs.
shit,
So you're
you
confirming that
cannot
there is a
provide
pay
this
gap
fictional
in corporate
analysis that
America
has
when
been
women and
debunked
men do the
over and
same
over again.
exact job.
Yo, you guys are messing up the quality because everybody's talking at one time. So go ahead, Q, ask your question and let Eddie respond.
Eddie, did you not just say that there isn't a pay gap? But that you also said in the same breath.
You on mute, Eddie, too.
You also said in the same breath that women and men don't get paid the same in those settings and that there's sexism, racism, and other issues for that, which is exactly what Mary was explaining before you interjected to say, you're wrong. There is no pay gap. You're agreeing with her. So what the fuck is she wrong about?
I didn't say she was wrong. I responded in kind by saying that if you're not applying for those gigs, then the pay gap doesn't exist.
We're not talking
Because
about the
based on
gigs.
that,
We're talking about the same job. She
you
just
have to
said the same job
conclude
with
that
the same
in
job
the larger
description.
breadth of the conversation. You just can't say, "Oh, this matters and that matters." It's just like we're talking about the whole of the conversation. If you're not doing specific things to put yourself in that space to get that high-paying job, how can you say there's a pay gap? I didn't even show up to the office.
She's speaking to a
I
specific
know what she said. I
job,
repeat what
the
she said. I
same
got it.
job. And she's saying that a guy would get paid more than a woman for the same job. She's not
And I
saying
agreed
that
with her twice.
she's not talking about
I agreed
women
with her
not going for
twice.
jobs on Indeed that pay higher per
Veces.
salary.
Dos. I agreed with her twice. So I don't know what's
And
up with the
also
listening
disagreed with her
comprehension.
by saying
Hey,
there isn't a
Mary,
pay
I
gap.
agreed with you 3 times at this point. For some reason, it's not seeping into.
We heard the
my brother
agreement and
Q.
the disagreement, and that's what I'm speaking to.
You're still ultimately saying there is no gap. You keep making that same statement about there is no gap. That's what it boils down to. The fact that you
Thank you. And AW, you got to get your head straight because we hearing just fine.
But it's either there is no gap or you're justifying why there is a gap. So
Now, I'm not justifying anything. I give you facts. No emotion, no nonsense. I
No,
told
you
you
said
what
it's
it
a
is.
gap because we're not
that is
applying for those
justifying.
jobs. That's
That
what
is
you
justifying.
said.
That is justifying your response.
Is
it that
There should be there is a gap, and there should be a gap for many reasons. But let me let you raise your hand. So go ahead.
I'll raise it. So there is a gap.
And each I got you fired.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So there is a gap, but
Y'all
it's
look
not
alike.
due to it's not because you are women and we are men. There are so many other things that go into it. So if you find a stat that says, hey, men make 93% more than women, right? Whatever number you just said, that may be true, but the why matters. What is the age? What is the experience? How long has this person been doing this job? One thing that gets thrown out of there a lot is like agreeability. When men are typically not as agreeable as women are, and when you are non-agreeable, you tend to move up faster. So there is a gap, but it's not only based on gender. The amount of the whole thing, when you take the 100% reason for why, it's a small percentage as to the effect, the role that gender plays in it. So there is a gap. But when I hire people, when I call people, it's not based on man. Hey, this is our starting salary in between this range. Based upon your experience and skill set, this is what you will get paid. It's the same offer that I make to everybody who calls. Based upon experience. Then it's based upon, once you are there, how you get your raise, based upon how you interact with people. Women tend to be way more emotional and in their feelings, whereas men typically are better at compartmentalizing. We don't tend to get in our feelings about work. We don't tend to get salty. We don't have periods. We don't be all emotional. We don't have babies. We don't have to miss work for every single thing to take care of our
There's
kids
no
at our
paternity
home.
leave now?
There's a bunch of
Please
different
let him finish.
things that play a role into why it's different, and those things are bigger than just because you're a man and you're a woman. And there's statistics to prove that. So that's what Eddie is saying. And then a lot of the statistics don't even compare it across the same job. They just say in general, men make more than women. That goes back to what Eddie was saying. The jobs that pay $400,000 and all of this money, the women don't apply for, because they're jobs that typically will keep you away from home, or they're dangerous and they may end up to you dying. They don't apply for jobs in infrastructure and STEM. They tend to go into things like me and Isha, sociology, social work. They dominate the nursing field. They dominate the doctor field. So there's fields in which women dominate completely when y'all make way more than men. But it's the areas that y'all choose. So it's so much more than just I'm a man and you're a woman. That's why I make more. That's the point I think Eddie was really trying to hit on.
Yeah, that is not true. That's what we're trying to say. That's not true. Because what you're saying is no, let me land. What A+ is saying is the obvious, and that would apply even between let me land. That would apply even between men and men. He just said experience, right? All these obvious things that even if two niggas went for the same job, the guy who has more experience is going to make more money. So yeah, they're going to be an age gap with men. I mean, a pay gap with men, but there's a pay gap. I let me correct me if I'm wrong, Mary. What you were saying is we both come in with 10 years experience. We both have the same skill set. If not, the woman has a higher skill set than this guy.
Never.
In corporate America,
the first ones to go for education.
Never.
Most, so you know,
in corporate America
right now,
Never.
5 minutes.
In corporate America,
we have more innate corporate skills than you guys.
In an office setting,
we deal with rejection from day one alone.
I feel like that's just on a standpoint of not necessarily somebody.
But we develop skills though.
In an office setting, no, women eat. I'm sorry.
Knowing they're not necessarily
women is
on knowing their job,
right now.
but on the
That's
emotional aspect.
So
on the emotional aspect. So on the emotional aspect, do you guys handle corporate settings better? Yes. So does that mean that you
they don't.
No,
They
because we
don't.
have men on this panel be sitting there going back and forth.
I feel
Right, exactly. Mad emotional.
I feel like sometimes I've worked in corporate job settings that had men in charge and have had women in charge. Me personally, I prefer to be in a setting that is ran by more men.
Damn right.
Because the emotional structure that women have, I don't agree with that. I'm not an emotional person. I'm a realist. So I don't agree with that aspect of it. Now, does that mean that they can actually do their profile as in what they actually physically or whatever have to do? Does that mean they do it better than women? No, it's just certain situations. Yes, they can emotionally handle better than women can. But
thank you for bringing that back in, Mary, because they was getting big hype for nothing. Y'all can handle certain things, but as far as that skill set and that skill set there, so that woman's coming in probably with a stronger one than the guy, right? So she's got stronger skill set. So she's got.
Why would you assume that? Why would you assume that?
Okay, so let's assume. So okay, all right. Let me not hurt your feelings. So let's assume it's the same. Okay, it's the same. She has the same as him, the same as him, the same as him, and the same as him. They're not going to pay her the same as him.
Well, let me.
That's just
because
the way it goes.
what A+ is saying as far as the children,
they may not pick her period because she's a woman.
There you go. Women, y'all talking over each other. You can't hear none of y'all points. So you're gonna let Q finish and let Corey respond.
Go ahead,
y'all.
They're just not, and it probably speaks to some of what Mary was saying.
Go Q.
She's not gonna make the same. She's gonna make less than him. They don't give a goddamn if they cut her by $2 an hour. She's gonna make less than him.
Cool.
And that's just the way that goes.
Okay.
So Q, you acknowledge that there are a couple of things that men can do in the workplace better than women, right?
Hold on, Corey. I'm getting feedback. Mute if you're not talking, please. Go ahead.
Q, you said that there's some things that men are better suited for in the workplace than women. Is that correct?
No. As far as work, no. I said handling certain situations. When you take out that emotional part.
Handle certain situations. So there are things that will come, certain situations in the workplace that will come available that men can handle better than women. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, that in of itself justifies the pay gap.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
What
it
the fuck
does.
are you
If
talking
there's something
about?
that's going to come up
It
that I can do
doesn't.
better than you, I should get paid more than you. Period.
Do better.
That
You
in and of
just,
itself justifies the pay gap.
so you said do better.
Yeah. If there's
No, I'm
anything
saying
if I can do everything you can do and I can do some other shit better than you can do.
No, I see. Now you're switching it up.
You said
taking
you
the
tell me what you
emotion
said.
out of it. Taking
What
the
did you say?
emotion out of it. There's certain
There's no emotion.
situations. So let's say we have a
Certain
customer
situations
that's
too. If
so
there's
let's
any
say that we have a
situation in the
customer
workplace
that's
that I can handle
irate.
better than you,
You
if
might
it's
be able to hold composure a little bit better, but
Cool.
executing
If I
that
can-
job start to finish, that woman may do that better than you. So no,
any
it's a no. It's a no, Corey. Master
would
Corey,
she be
it's a
able to do
no.
better than me?
It's a no.
Why would
It's a
she be able
no.
to do better than me?
It's a hard no.
You acknowledge
It's
that
no.
there's some shit
No.
that we're better than that.
It's a hard
by acknowledging
no.
that
I'm
you
sorry.
understand
No.
that we should get paid more.
No, you're not doing a better job though. You're just holding your composure and speaking to that customer because you have less emotion. But you're not doing the job.
Said there's anything
It's
that
a
women
no.
do better than us.
It's a
And
no.
you have
It's
acknowledged
a
there are
no.
things that you
It's
can
a
do.
no. You're trying to take something that I said and flip it into something that you want, and it's still a hard no.
All right, so
Fine.
you guys got a back and forth. Let me get Isha. Isha, what you think?
So, well, just a Q's point. So, my supervisor is a male, and I prefer to work under a male. So, in my job, we have meetings right before we about to take these kids away, and every time they have a meeting and the parent is irate, they go and get my supervisor. So, if he makes more money, then they call him for more stuff, like the dangerous stuff. So I can see a man making more money because of stuff like that. And I don't want equal rights because I don't want to pay a mortgage. I want my man to do that kind of stuff. I'm not changing no tire. I don't want to pump no gas. And when we go out to eat, I'm not pulling out my credit card.
But you said your supervisor make more money, wouldn't he? Because he's the supervisor though. Like
I'm just talking about compared to his counterparts.
Yeah.
Not compared to me, to his counterparts. Because every time we have a difficult client, they're calling him. Yeah. Every time they about to walk somebody out the door, they're calling him. They're not calling a female.
Okay, so but she's not doing the same job as him, right?
She is.
There's mostly I work for social work. There's mostly females.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime there's a difficult parent, they're calling my male supervisor.
Right, which is giving him a bigger workload than her outside of her control, right?
It's capability. Yo, somebody, Eddie, it might be yours after you change your phone. Yeah, so Q, that's the thing, right? He's capable, right? Like
in that
if the person
thing
goes some type of way. Even we had to fire one of my guys, right? But he's 6'4", 220 pounds, right? And he built like an action figure. They said, don't fire and wait till Hampton get back. These things actually matter.
Okay, right? But it goes back to the same thing.
Wait, watch this. And then the disagreeableness also leads to negotiations. Women don't negotiate at the same rates either. So if I go to a job and I'm asking for money and I'm asking for compensation and you don't, I shouldn't be penalized because you aren't willing to have those conversations.
But what women are not doing that?
That's what I'm saying. Women are agreeable. So you say they offer you 90 and I say no because I want 120. Women are saying yes.
Who is these women?
Some women gonna be sassy like me, and they gonna tell you know why I deserve more.
Well,
sassy doesn't get you money; it gets you out the door, right? So
because we're gonna go negotiate this.
But sassy isn't something that you want to leverage against in a negotiation.
Who don't know?
But who's not negotiating?
We're all gonna negotiate.
What we're saying is there's several reasons why the pay gap, and it's not just I got a dick and you don't, right? There's capabilities and there's attributes that go into it. Right.
I'm just saying it can be. I'm saying there is a gap.
And
even though it may be a small percentage.
Oh, watch this. It should be. Isha just said when they got them the girls from Southeast that BB dealing with, and they gotta get them out the building, they call them men.
And he gotta be compensated for that.
Yeah. And then hold on, watch this.
It goes back to the same point. They're not doing the same exact job then.
No, because they're not capable, right? So it is the same. The description's the same, the title's the same, but they know she's gonna get her ass whooped.
But Mary was speaking about a pay gap with doing the same exact job.
It is the same job, it just don't have the same capability.
No, it's not.
I said
the part I have to agree with
I said, compared to another supervisor, it is the same job.
Yeah,
but they're not actually doing the same work because he's
Bullshit.
getting
They
a bigger
apply for the
workload.
same position.
Because
It's
they
the same
can't do the
position.
same
Granted, but he's getting a bigger workload and therefore is getting compensated for
I'm
that.
just saying, it's that
It's not the same thing. Like she's talking about when y'all doing the same thing.
And then availability though.
We can't be available because
days
of
out of 4
being
weeks.
moms, like A+ said. I will agree with that.
Now, let me get A in, but let me.
But wait. Back to that question. That
Wait, what happened?
Men get paternity leave for one. For
Right.
two, if you worried about a woman being on maternity leave, then you better be able to push a baby out your dick and then tell somebody how much time you need to be.
But then maternity leave is not as long as a woman's.
Yo,
That's the other part of it.
listen. If you're not available, you're not as valuable.
Yeah.
So if you have maternity leave, we'll give it to you.
But why?
Right? But if you have wait, and then you got this 7-day thing that happens to you guys every 28 days, that y'all be fucked up and can't operate in the same fashion.
We gonna work through it.
But
That is less valuable.
But listen to what y'all are saying. Y'all are agreeing that there is a
look at
pay gap.
Adrian. Look at his decorum. Look at his outfit. You see how he has his hand raised while all the women on the bottom are just talking profusely.
No, I'm not on.
There is a pay gap, like we have said. There's
I'm
a pay
saying your
gap.
assumption in regards to women not being available. What about the women that have full hysterectomies, don't get periods, they don't have nothing that can interrupt
They're
their
90 years old, Mary. They're not working anymore.
Not necessarily. No, there's really people that really don't have certain parts because they.
So you're just gonna go anecdote after anecdote. You're just gonna find little bullshit that is
one or two
insignificant.
That's what you focus on. So I
A unicorn. She tried to find a unicorn.
Y'all, but y'all
Hey,
don't
Mary,
realize
you
y'all
might
are
need
saying the same thing.
No,
Y'all are what you guys are doing now is you're now stating the reasons why there is a pay gap between men and women.
As
So
it
they don't
should be.
tell her that it's
But
not
even if it's this
because you're a woman and I'm a guy. It is.
It's still valid.
That's
I
what
appreciate it. He said it's my turn. He said it's my turn.
Mary.
So, first, and this is for everybody. The thing about when you're looking at data and different research that's done, you have to read through it all. You can't just look at the conclusion, right? You have to see what was factored in and what wasn't. So if you look at, if they just took everybody who did the same job, right? So let's say they just took everybody that's a licensed therapist in the state of North Carolina and said, hey, men make more than women. Based off of that, you would say, based off of this, then that's true. However, it's not accurate because they don't factor in the age of the person. That data probably didn't factor in the experience of the person. Every man up here will prefer to work for a man, whereas even women, some of you will prefer to work for a man. So it's easier to work with men than it is to work with women, which some of you have even admitted down there. So the data that you read, you can't just pull up something and just because this was the outcome of it, you got to look at what was measured as well too. So Mary, with your article that you seen that said men and women that work the same exact jobs, look and see that they account for experience, right? Look and see if it accounted for training. Look and see everything that it accounted for. Not because if I go across the board and say what you're looking at is skewed now because so many things that play a role in it are not even being considered. So technically, back to what I was saying, the percentage is so small that, and it's not that there isn't a pay gap. The thing is the pay gap doesn't exist just because you are a man and I am a woman. It exists because there's so many other factors that go into it. I'm Adrian White and I'm done speaking for now.
But for the most part,
I'm gonna go on the record and say I don't give a goddamn if you listen. I'm gonna go on the record and say I don't give a goddamn if you're a man or a woman. As long as you know how to be an effective employer, I will work under you. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to work. So
It matters.
For me, it don't. As long as you can be an effective employer.
But ain't you in nonprofit also?
I'm a nonprofit in government, so I kind of like
you giving out lollipops or some shit on Friday.
I hate working anywhere ran by women.
And I work in a nonprofit work, but I'm paid through the state. So
Mary, you work in nonprofit too?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I can tell. But you see the nonprofit ladies. Look at Alice just sitting there. She don't give a fuck. Work tomorrow. They giving out ice cream. Don't give a fuck.
There's a federal health center.
I do make my own schedule.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No, I
would say when I work here, but they're gonna say I'm
I don't work with a place full of women in general. I can't work with a bunch of women. That's just me.
Mary, I have to agree with you with that. I cannot.
So you can't work with no women.
Not a whole bunch.
Women. Like if the whole place is full with women,
and not a whole bunch of black women. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
God.
I
But
can't
y'all
work
can
with
get paid the same as men.
Episode
But-
of hypocrisy.
That's why they wasn't gonna help that little girl that had sex
They
with
want
them
equal pay.
people.
Tell him, Ish. Tell him, Ish.
Nah, because I said I would, but too many black women is too. Like, listen, we are really strong headed.
Y'all not interested in
Women in
uplifting
general, like,
us.
I'm not,
That's it.
like I said, I'm not as
Mm,
emotional as
mm.
most women. I'm not as emotional as most women, so I can't get with the sensitive.
But why y'all wait, but fuck all that though. Why y'all not hearing what Ish saying though? Why she ain't getting the smoke like Eddie and Corey and Adrian was?
Nah, listen, Isha, I can work with women. I'm not gonna lie.
You just said it.
I just attended an event where it's ran by all black women. I was
Now,
disappointed. All right.
Q,
So,
am I doing it again if I ask Nay why she said what she just said because she said something different 3 minutes ago? Or am I okay?
No, because I no, you're not, because I want to.
No, you're not, because she's saying a whole bunch of shit. Because she just co-signed some shit A+ said that I know wasn't on point.
Whatever.
Still not helping that girl that slept with 2,000 niggas. Like, I will.
Yo, look at Salva said it, man.
That's why I shook my head. Like, y'all fucked it all up towards the end.
Yo, damn, man.
Yeah, Miss May might. She doing too much.
She bugging.
Whatever.
That's the Bronx though, Q. You know, niggas is fucked up in the Bronx though.
Dead ass.
It ain't real right.
Dead ass B.
No offense, Eddie. Listen, man. Hey, awesome show, man. Like, share, subscribe. Alice, you good?
I'm hanging in there.
Old ass nigga. Yo, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, man. I fucking hate Jerry Springer, but I do. Oh shit, B, what up? You still here? Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, Brother Hampton.
Indeed. Listen, I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. We're gonna set it off with the MVP of the last segment. Isha, final thought.
As a woman of a particular age, almost 40, and single, I might call somebody to take the edge off. And I love that about my liberation.
Hell no. A+.
Yo, don't just do things because you want to do it. That's what kids do. You know what I'm saying? Kids are impulsive. Make wise decisions. Get you some wise counsel, somebody who can tell you, listen, that makes no sense, and that can articulate themselves well and use facts. Don't just do whatever you want to do and think it's going to be okay. Like, no, don't do that. That's all I got for y'all tonight, yo.
Indeed. Alex?
I don't even know what my final thought is collectively, but I'm happy we made it to 50 episodes. We've been doing an amazing job. Adrian, when you come out with your fits, I don't know what kind of vibes. I have to have my mind ready for all the spice that you give between you and Q. But here's to 50 more episodes.
Indeed, man. Chef Eddie?
You're on mute, bro. Hold on, dog. You hear me?
Yeah.
Women do not fuck with each other. Do not look toward women for accountability.
Nay?
A+ and comedian Q get on my damn nerves. They always go back and forth, but they give us ratings, so keep it going, y'all. Also, honesty is key. I respect the honesty of people. When you come out and you speak your truth, walk in your truth and just be honest with yourself. If you want to just bang whoever, do your thing. There's consequences though, but do your thing.
Mm-hmm. B?
Final thought. I love all of y'all. Everyone needs a brother like Hamp to teach them the Bible. And if a bitch is drowning, let that bitch drown. Let her drown. Fuck that bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Mary?
I said what I said, and I'm on my business. That's just it.
Or Q.
You already know what the fuck I'm gonna say. Live and let live. You know what I'm saying? Live and let live, and walk and live in your motherfucking truth. And fuck them bitches in DC.
Yo, Q the goat. Yo.
This was entertaining.
Yo, this shit was awesome, man. It's hard out here. So, you know, if you know me, and even if I don't know you, if I see you doing the wrong thing, I'm gonna try to give you some type of correction, even if it's just words. It don't have to always be actions, but it take a community to do everything, not just raise a child. And we need to get back to that if we're gonna flourish, right? Because we getting more money now, more fathers are present, but now it take all of us, right? So our sister, we're gonna pray for her, and if I ever run into her, hopefully I can stop her from getting 2001 bodies, because that shit is fucking bananas. And she got a dad that's fucking embarrassed, or maybe she don't, but she got a mom. I don't know if y'all saw the girl who was on Ghetto Gaggers. Her family disowned her and all that. So your actions are not just siloed to you. You have family, you have friends, you have a reputation, you got a whole rack of shit. Think about that shit before you act. You know what I mean? Me included, especially. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.
All right.